So can I just say 3 years of going strong on something, of anything, is quite the accomplishment. But to do a podcast every single week and to come out strong with topics for you every single week and do what we want to do and continue to be there, it's more than a hobby. It's more than a passion at this point. It's become our lineage. And we're looking forward to 6, 9, 12 more years coming at you right here on the Loki and Jabroni Show. So sit back, man up, plug in, and I'll tell you what, we have one heck of a show for you today. 3 years going strong. Loki and Jabroni coming at you.
Welcome to the 3rd anniversary of the Loki and Jabroni Show. Thank you, my good man. I'm not even going to pass that. That's going to stay here with me. The 3rd anniversary of the Loki and Jabroni Show. My name's Jabroni. The man to my right
is Loki.
And the man in the box, having been here for all but like 12 episodes in our history, maybe 18. We're not quite sure. He is the producer extraordinaire.
Eddie Focus.
Eddie Focus. How is everybody doing today past that?
Or as the internet likes to call me, the slave owner.
The slave owner. Well, if people look, I had my share.
The
of
focused one.
I had my share of hardship today online and trying to deflect. You know, people want me to be a certain kind of schmuck, and I just can't be it. But tonight, we're going to go with our guest and his slogan: "We're scumbags." No, we're assholes, not scumbags. I had to get that right. There's a lot of catchphrases on that show, guys. Jimmie Whisman is coming.
All right,
I'm an asshole.
So we're bringing.
With that.
We're bringing some excitement.
All right, I get, whoa, Kruger button. All right, sounds like we're back. Apologize. Eddie can cut that out in post before we go audio only. Wow. So you guys got a little something for your troubles right here?
Yeah, it wouldn't be fucking...
Oh, my God.
It wouldn't be the Loki and Jabroni Show
without a total debacle.
And it's usually when we got the biggest, brightest stuff going on.
Always.
It's not like when we're doing Fucked Up or NFL Preview. No, we got a guest coming. Let's fuck everything up.
So we always like to bring some fun stuff to the table. And actually for the 3-year anniversary, I was trying to get Epicure or these guys, which is right down here in Franklin.
Right.
And they're not open on Tuesdays, so fuck them, assholes. I know, right? What brewery isn't open on Tuesdays? So
because they want to be home to listen to us.
That's true.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Okay, I take back to that. No. So we usually like to go.
They're scumbags.
One of our favorite brewers is Stone.
Yes.
Like, I know they're from Cali, and we don't normally like to go way out of our way, but if you guys have never had the Arrogant Bastard Ale, it's exquisite. It's freaking fantastic. It's fantastic. It's strong. Fantastic. It's very strong. Oh, it's arrogant. It's arrogant.
Yeah, word to the wise. That is not a beer to top off your evening.
No, not at all.
I made that mistake.
That's once. A good call. You don't end the evening on that. You kind of start it and then you ease your way back downward. Right, that's exactly. A good call right there.
So we stuck with the Stone today, and I decided this looked a little interesting because y'all know me and Tokyo Sushi, and I love my Scorpion Bowl. So
yes, you do.
This is Stone Scorpion Bowl IPA.
Wow.
A punch to the stinger.
Oh, hey, whoa. That's feminism at its best. Nobody punches me in my stinger, damn it.
Right to the stinger, right to the stinger.
Ah, shit.
I'm not going to give you the whole gist because you know how these guys like to talk. They
Yeah, of course.
They literally like to
The
talk.
next drink, I'm not even going to read this.
But
it's
it's
a
like-
testament to the care they put in each beer.
Oh, of
Right,
course.
exactly,
You know?
They all have a
exactly.
story. They all have the breakdown of what's going on inside
It's
a
like
Stone
Newman's
Brew.
Own.
Yeah,
Right. beer.
Right.
Very
so I'll
much
just
so.
give you the last sentence they give you here in quotation. As true as the stars and the moon, yes, they do. With bittersweet tropical poetry, they kiss just for you. This is what the Scorpion Bowl IPA is going to do.
All right. Me being the biggest IPA guy in the room, I'm going to give a little. It really doesn't have an aroma.
No.
I'm kind of surprised by this. Okay. Maybe I'm getting old and I'm just haven't shaved my nose in a while. Let me try this.
Not for me.
Not what I expected.
Not what I expected at all.
It's a little dry, and I know
Very dry.
IPAs are built to be dry, but man,
If you're an IPA drinker, it's probably fine.
I'm not.
You know me. I'm a lager blueberry guy.
Not too impressed.
I don't mind it. It's not something I'd buy on the regular. Let's put it that way.
No,
so
no.
Stone,
No.
for the first time ever, you have disappointed the Loki and Jabroni show.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
I got to say, it's a step down from their delicious IPA.
Oh, the delicious is
You know
so
what?
good.
I here's the thing. I just think it's mislabeled. Like when I hear Scorpion Bowl, I think some kind of fruitiness.
Oh yeah, I was
And-
kind of expecting
right,
the same
You
thing.
know, and-
Well, exactly. When it says a punch to the stinger, you're almost getting like a punch idea. Maybe they were.
yeah,
maybe
I was
they-
thinking punch.
That's what I was thinking too. Like maybe they added
Didn't
punch.
see
to
that
an
coming. I
IPA.
thought it was going to
Yes.
knock you on your ass.
What is a Scorpion Bowl really? It's an exotic punch.
Right, exactly.
That you can light on
That's
fire.
exactly it. Yeah, we found this recipe sealed with a scorpion's kiss, midnight poetry whipped into things.
Sure, you did.
You know,
Yeah.
seriously, stop telling stories. It's fake news. It's fucking Fox News right now.
Stop revising history.
Seriously. 3/5. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, they're talking about like
Perfect.
Purple Sands and all this other shit. That's not really Scorpion Bowl. That's more like fucking King Aziz, Bali He,
Right.
Ali Ababa and shit.
Well, I brought some good stuff for the 3rd anniversary. I want to pass this around. Y'all know I love Crown Royal.
I love whiskey.
Well, I get that, and I love whiskey too. You've seen the collection. I've got the Wild Turkey that was donated by Lee Davidson just last week. Thank you, Lee.
I'm not the whiskey guy, but that
Guys, if you're
flavored
watching,
one's been great.
I can't see your names right now. Put it up on the live feed. Tell us you're here. I know Mike from the WFSB argumentschnabitzfernum.com is watching because I just texted him. Good on you, Mike. Great conversation just a few minutes ago. I'm going to raise this to you and to the 3rd anniversary, to the Mark Slaughters, to the Jim Laritzes, to the Mike Ricardis, to the Road Warrior Animals, Charlie Benante, Cripes. Bill Starkey deserves this shot. Probably Gary Wolfe and Bill Starkey deserve this shot more than anybody. Blair Tugman, same thing.
Jim Lallemere.
Jim
We got a
Lallemere.
shout out Stryker.
Absolutely. Strikers McLynch, Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
Anybody who has ever crossed these airwaves for an interview, thank you. 3 years, man. This has been a good ride. And this is Crown Royal Bourbon Mash. I won't read the whole story. I'm just skimming it. Basically, in ex-bourbon barrels, the Crown Royal was aged. So,
We should have a moment of silence for those that didn't make it in captivity.
oh, yeah, Harambe. You know, I almost wore my Harambe shirt today, and I went against it. Because I'm saving it for WrestleMania. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Here's to 3 years, my brother. Have some of that.
Yeah, wait for Luke to pick up his
Yeah,
glass.
really. We can't
Sorry,
do this
I was-
without
Harambe,
you.
man.
I was sharing, man. I
Much
was
like
sharing.
we
I was
can't
sharing.
do this without the
I was
guys.
sharing.
Thank
Who cares about Sharon?
Mike Vitarelli says cheers. Man, here's
she
to
doesn't
you, brother.
even like the Facebook page.
Oh,
Who,
Sharon. No, Sharon.
Oh, Sharon.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, we're Sharon.
That is good.
Ooh,
You know how I know it's good? Because Eddie does not like it.
I don't hate it.
We don't ask you to hate stuff. We ask you not to like it because that way we know it's good.
I'm not a whiskey drinker.
I understand
If
that.
if you're a hardcore whiskey drinker, it's beautiful because I can tell by the way it hugs the glass. But
All right. Well, we got
It's,
about 13 minutes of usable time. You got anything on your mind you want to share with people?
It's tasty.
It is tasty. I love it. And it's going to chase nice with this stone.
I know, I'm like, I don't even have a decent.
Only thing that would be better is pizza, and I forgot. So that's my
I
mistake.
mean, it's not,
Can't eat carbs.
it's not
Oh, yeah,
bad.
you and your
I'm not,
homo diet.
it's not bad, Stone. I'm not trying to, it's not bad. It's just, it's like, man, I would have much rather spent the $5.99 on the arrogant bastard and just fucking celebrated with style today.
As you started saying that, here's the vision I got in my head. You hear about this badass roller coaster all winter. We're opening up the Killer Colossus Schnabitz ride, and you're like, oh, fuck, I can't wait to ride that. You stand 2 hours in line, and you're sweating balls, and you get on the ride, and you're done. Like, that wasn't worth 2 hours of wait. Fuck that. I'm going on Superman or Batman or some other gimmick.
Some other favorite, a.k.a. the old.
It didn't live up to the expectation.
Mama Loki in the house.
What up, Mama?
Loki?
Glad to see you.
It's kind of like when you have two of your favorite musicians, and you're like, God, if only these two work together, and it happens.
Coverdale Page.
And the product
back in the 80s? Yeah, 80s.
Oh,
We're old, man. We're old as fuck.
Wow, that was funny. That was funny, actually.
I had so much high expectation for that, and it sucked. They had 2 good songs and an album rest of filler, man.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, it was
horrible.
What's on your mind? We got 13 minutes.
All right, so baseball season is in full swing,
Yes,
as you can already see. And big shout-out to the Houston Astros. They're obviously 2017 champions.
Yep.
And they went to unveil
their big moment, just like ours, got screwed up.
And it just did not want to let go of the cover. It just seemed, and the best part was the guy with the leaf blower. Did you see him?
The hero of the day. He's blowing the hell out of that thing. And you know what? I'll guarantee you, on my eyes, he was in the Army. You know why? Because you improvise.
Exactly.
Overcome, adapt,
You got
boom.
that one guy trying to climb up all over the place, and he's trying to get his thing done.
I'm telling you, that guy, he's the all-star of the opening day in Houston right there.
Man. Yeah, I'll tell you it's funny because and the haters, I don't care who you are, man. I don't care who you are. But, they just have so many people chiming in. Well, that's just karma telling you that you guys got lucky, this, that, and the other thing.
Oh,
it's like,
no. You know what? First time ever. Not even 5 minutes in. Horse. Shit. They didn't get lucky. They won that shit.
Right. I was going to say, I think there's going to come a time in our age and in anybody's time where you just say, you know what? There's a certain aspect to luck, to sport. But you got to also remember, what does it take you to get there? You know what I'm saying? That's not all luck. The entire season is not all luck.
And I'll throw this out there. Other than you, the 2004 comeback of the Red Sox was a comeback.
Right.
And you will say that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
But there are a billion other jackasses wearing the red beer. Choke.
Yeah.
Fuck you, choke.
No, it's not choke.
You know
it's
what they say
comeback.
about haters, right?
They drink haterade?
No.
What?
You'll never meet a hater doing better than you.
That's right.
No, that's absolutely true. And it's funny because that's where the trolls come in and that's where they kick in. And I'll tell you, man.
Because right now, Donald Trump hates Jeff Bezos.
Yes, he does. Hey, what do you got on your mind? We got a couple of usable minutes.
Not much. I started streaming video games.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was just streaming a little point-and-click game on the MacBook because my gaming PC is broke. But I have actually purchased some additional gear to...
You're welcome.
I purchased some additional gear to stream off the Xbox. And hopefully...
the Kevin Smith is watching. What's up? I hope your heart attack is doing okay.
Yeah, right. Geely was a bad movie.
Hoping to be doing some twitching with Loki for State of K2.
Coming out on the 29th.
Yep.
And that's going to be badass.
Are you getting the deluxe edition or are you just getting the...
No, I'm getting the deluxe. I'm going
to have to get the deluxe now.
Yeah. You want me to kick down? I can kick down.
No, just like, I'm looking
No, don't be a snowflake. Don't bring yourself down to his level.
If it's a game I like, I give him the money. I've said that from time and time again. If it's a game that I fully believe in, I don't mind giving them the extra money. You know what I'm saying? Because they worked for it. They deserve that shit.
Right.
You know, it's like what we talked about before, these microtransactions where they just, okay, let me throw this in there and throw this in there. There's no thought process to it at all. There's nothing. You could tell that these guys put their heart and soul in this game, man. And I don't mind giving them the extra money.
I figured out too, how to Twitch off the Xbox.
Yeah, you got it. It's not Twitch no more. It's called Mixer.
That's Xbox's.
Yeah, that's Xbox's Twitch.
You can still go to Twitch. You just got to download the Twitch app to your Xbox.
You got to. Okay.
Now here's the kicker. Here's where you benefit more than I do. The only camera Twitch will work with is the Kinect.
Really?
Yeah, so you can use your actual camera with your Twitch and everything. I can't.
That just sounds dirty.
Because I hooked
Camera
up
with your
It is
Twitch.
dirty.
I know. Because I hooked up my
Fucking dirty.
webcam to the Xbox for shits and giggles, and it works.
Hmm.
So, and I'm like, oh, cool. But I can't do that with Twitch. So I'm going to actually be streaming from my Xbox to the computer to Twitch.
This is why you're the number one producer
And
in
then
the
I'm gonna
business
be
right now.
streaming.
Yeah, you knew I was going to find a way.
Of
Then I'm going
course.
to be streaming from the actual Twitcher.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be twitching from the same software suite we use for this fine programming you folks are watching right now.
Fantastic.
And I'll be streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and
Now,
Periscope at the same
real
time.
quick, if you guys do tune into this is going to be really, really cool because I don't know if you guys understand how this game works, but it's a zombie apocalypse game, and
The first one was incredible. If you can get it, grab it.
dude, and I'll mail it to you if you want to try it. I still have mine. I still pop it in to this day. It's that much fun. It's zombie apocalypse, number one. Number two, you build up your community. So when you rescue these people, they have to become an active member of your community. You have to send them out on missions to get them stronger. They have to become stronger. They have
Collect
to,
good
right,
food.
exactly.
You need food.
Right, exactly.
Medicine.
You need
weapons.
doctors. You need mechanics to fix cars. You need all this shit. So you're essentially building this, right? Now,
And you can run out of cars.
oh yeah. Yes.
I've done it.
Yes, and not only that, just real quick, you spend all your time and effort building these characters up. So when you do lose one,
It sucks.
it sucks.
Yeah.
And in this game, now they're saying it's 4 people.
Yes.
Now they're saying it's 4 people. It's not just 2 people. It's 4 fucking
But
people.
what I'm wondering is, are you still switching off characters?
You're
each-
taking your character in there. So if your character dies, that's it, dude.
Is it like D&D? Got to re-roll a new one?
Shit's getting deep now.
You know, if
It's
that's
gonna
the
be
case,
crazy.
hit the button.
It's gonna be
Okay.
crazy.
Horseshit.
All right.
But yeah,
No,
I know it's exciting. We want to do more stuff. I know we're gonna get on Twitch and we're gonna do some gaming.
The only way we can do that is by paying the bills. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to save what's on my mind till the end. Our April fundraiser is pinned to the top of the Facebook page, Chad Hatfield and Team World Vision. We are raising money for Chad Hatfield to bring clean water to countries that don't have access to clean water. And as a bonus, at the end of this in November, Chad Hatfield is going to run the New York City Marathon, and he's a former guest. We love him. He's like a brother to me. Let's get out there and support him. You want some great merchandise? www.cafepress.com/Loki and Jabroni. You can get some fine t-shirts, coffee mugs, bumper stickers, baby onesies.
Get that merch.
Yes, get that merch. Want to shop some great affiliates like WWE, Amazon, Zounds, iHome? Go to LokiandJabroni.com and click on our affiliate links and do your shopping through our website. No hidden fees, no extra charges. And if you just want to donate to the show because you're too lazy to go do the affiliate gimmick, it's www.patreon.com/LokiandJabroni. And you too can help this show grow. Now, in just a few short minutes.
I do want to throw in real quick.
Quick.
Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Right now, the WWE shop, t-shirts and stuff are like $12-13, really cheap right now. Go and grab some t-shirts. And you can still get the WWE Network free for the first month, and you can see
WrestleMania,
Yes.
absolutely free.
Which
And-
we're still trying to get a home for.
Once we know, you guys will know. If not, I think I got the okay last night from the Eternal Flame to get the WWE Network and at least put the 3 of us in a room. And I have some great prizes in the back of the car that we can give away to the fine folks that join our live stream. So,
And to make it easy, just go to www.lokiandjabroni.com/wrestling. I've set up the links. Use those
I
links.
just
so
really, I miss Happy Harry.
I'm going to miss Happy Harry too this year.
Oh, well.
And we'll tell you about Happy Harry when it's all said and done. Because in just 3 short minutes, my phone's going to ring. We're going to take a quick break to check sound. And you guys are going to get Crime and Sports and Small Town Murder co-host Jimmie Whisman, stand-up comedian, funny guy, the best yay in the business. And Eddie was just telling me
Yay?
how much fun. Yay! I can't say it like Jimmy
Yay,
does.
yay.
And where to get him to do it?
Oh, I was totally having flashbacks to the rave days. Sorry.
Oh no, not that kind of yay, Tony Montana. We're not going that route. Not today, anyway.
Come on, man.
If we can get Al Pacino on it, we'll have the fucking mountain of cocaine right here. I don't give a shit.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
My job doesn't drug test. Of course, now they will, because...
Now you said something.
Yeah, I know. Shit.
Now you heard that there's going to be yay in here.
If they don't test for beer, I'm all good. That's...
Minute you walk through the door, they're going to hand you a cup like this.
Uh-huh.
And
I'll be like, where's the whiskey?
whiskey's going to come out.
Hot shit in the morning. I can't take it anymore. So we're going to get ready for that. I'm excited. I've been a fan of this podcast. I told you guys about it before I even contacted Jimmie Whisman.
I just started listening on the way here.
You had a good time, didn't you?
Here's the thing. I listen to so many podcasts, it's hard to fit some in, but I was like, you know what? I got to do the guy the respect to really hear his work. And I might have to fit them into the rotation.
If you liked crime and sports, do Small Town Murder as well.
I might like that one better.
Oh,
I think about it. I'm going to check that one out next. So.
The funny thing about the compare and contrast, and you know what? If he calls, I'm just going to pipe him in, and we'll lead him in because I want to make this point. The compare and contrast is when you listen to crime and sports, it's somebody that is more often than not well known. Hollywood Henderson, Jose Canseco, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Steve Howe, just all these guys, Rick Bowe, all these guys that you've seen and you've known all your life, and then you hear about what kind of fucking scumbuckets they were. And you're like, wow, I can't believe I actually liked that guy. But with Small Town Murder, it's just like, and they did one on Connecticut. I don't know if you remember the Beth Carpenter case from 20 years ago. Maybe. Out of East Lyme. Really, really convoluted, crazy bullshit. However, I've seen documentaries on it on A&E, and there's a great Amazon show called Mugshots that told you so much of the story. Jimmie Whisman and his partner James Petrogallo do so much research. And you learn new shit. I mean, they dig deep. And there was stuff I didn't even know, and I followed that case when it was happening and in the years following where they did a piece not too long ago. Here comes Jimmy now, and I'm going to do this.
I love that.
Jimmy, just hold 1 second, my friend, while we're singing your praises, and as soon as I'm done, we're ready for you, my friend. They do so much research on this show where... Again, going back to the Beth Carpenter case on Small Town Murder, there was so much that they brought out in this podcast that I did not even know about, and I live here. So for them, they're doing a great podcast.
It's great content when you see some of the new stuff that's coming out, like Lore and Serial and Small Town Murder, and they're putting all this production into these free podcasts, essentially.
Yeah,
hoping that people will support them. It's like. It's
absolutely.
It's great. I barely watch TV.
Oh, because I'm always on. You, like me, you're always on those things. And it is with great pleasure that I, as a super geek fan, introduce to you stand-up comedian, co-host of Crime and Sports, co-host of Small Town Murder, and the best yay you will ever hear. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jimmie Whisman. Jimmy, how are you today?
You should MC at comedy clubs, man. That was fantastic.
You know what? I did radio years ago, and I know how to introduce people. And, you know, every guest we have, I try to go big or go home because I don't want to go, here's Jimmie Whisman. That's horseshit. I want to give you the
You made me sound legit, though, man.
You are legit. Real quick, one request. Can I get a yay?
Yay!
There it is, my man. Welcome to the 3rd anniversary of the Loki and Jabroni Show. Couldn't have picked a better guest. Jimmy, how are you tonight?
I'm very well, thank you.
Well, we are all excited to have you here.
I appreciate it. Congratulations, 3 years. That's a big deal.
It certainly is, and you guys are right behind us, I think. You guys are on 2.5 years?
We're at 2 years with Crime and Sports, and Small Town Murder just crested a year a couple months ago. Yeah.
Okay. Now, funny story is sometime in December, somebody had mentioned to me, because we're all big wrestling fans here, and we got to talking about old school wrestling, and they said, hey, did you ever hear that Buck Zumhofe did some shitty shit back in the day? I know. See, you're laughing already.
And a terrible human being.
Oh, my God. And I looked it up. I was like, I never really was a fan of Buck, but, you know, he wasn't bad. And then being a podcaster, I listen to other podcasts, so do all three of us here, and yours came up first, so I listened to the Buck Zumhofe episode. Oh my God, I was hooked. I have finished all the episodes.
That's a credit to James. James is such a huge wrestling fan, and I watched it quite a bit when I was a kid. I haven't watched it in years, and I tried to get my son into it to the point like I bought him video games and we played those together for a while, but he's too young for it yet, I think. Anyway, James loved old school wrestling when he was a kid, like everything from like 86 or something like that on, and he was such a huge fan that he he loves doing those ones. The wrestling ones are a lot of fun because you don't realize, I mean, the casual fan doesn't realize the absolute nickery and just debauchery that these guys get into. It's bananas. It really is.
Oh, it's true. And I'll say this. Once I discovered you guys and listened to Buck Zumhoff, I went back and I binge listened. I've caught myself up, and now I have nothing to go back to. Except for one episode, which I'm going to mention in just a minute.
Yeah.
I go back, and when I was a kid, there were big time guys that I was into, which of course you've covered now 2 of them. Jimmy Snuka was a big guy in my childhood. There was the Von Erich boys, which you could do an entire series on the Von Erich boys. But
yeah, it sounds like they just never realized how to live legally.
Exactly. But one of them was Gentleman Chris Adams, and you guys broke my heart.
That one's a depressing one too. We did South by Southwest last year, and Colt Cabana did a podcast right before ours, and after we were done, Colt wanted to talk to us about the different wrestlers that we may or may not have done, and we told him about Chris Adams, and he actually went back and listened. He went back and found all the episodes of all the wrestlers and listened to all those, and he follows us on Twitter and sings our praises from time to time. That's the stuff that's really impressive to me, is when a guy that actually does this stuff, like, can't wait to, and he actually even said the same thing, that he knew that Chris Adams was kind of a mess. But after listening to it, he was kind of heartbroken to find out a little bit more.
Right.
Which that's James also, is that he doesn't quit until he finds every case that these guys have ever been not even just convicted of, but involved in. Even if they were a victim of something, James finds something. It's pretty impressive. Every week I'm blown away by something that James finds.
Absolutely. He does a fantastic job with the stats.
It's insane.
And
so you say he's more of the homework runner?
Yeah, James does all the research and then tells the story, and then I kind of sit by and listen to the story with the audience and kind of give its reactionary stuff. And then James has obviously unbelievably funny things to say also.
I was going to say he's hysterical.
Oh yeah,
you're both hysterical, but some of the things he says catches me off guard. I'm like, I was cracking up in my car.
Yeah, those are my favorite things that happen on the podcast, when he has something that's just, I'm looking for something that's serious, and he throws in a joke that I don't see coming. That's, as a comic, like the fun jokes for me are the ones I don't see coming, and that just seems to be, like, even when I watch comedy, it's the quips and the tags and the extra things here and there that you just don't expect, and you expect a story, and then there's a quick sidetrack with a joke, and then back to the story, and that stuff.
He sounds like the Leslie Nielsen of podcasting. It's really hilarious.
Great analogy, by the way.
Yeah, it's just like the straight man really cracking jokes.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a deadpan joke that you don't even realize is a joke until 3 or 4 sentences later, and then you start cracking up in the middle of something that isn't even funny, which makes it funnier, because now I'm laughing at somebody finding a head in an axe or something. That's what it sounds like, but I'm laughing at 4 sentences ago, James said something that was hysterical.
It's funny that you say that, because, the crime in sports, and Eddie said it best when we were talking before we went live tonight, is that, you don't have to be a fan of sports to listen to crime in sports.
No,
but the small town murder, when I hear some of the just craziness that goes on, and, they opened the door and they found a head sitting on a bed with flowers around it and all that gimmickry. Right. It's like, what the fuck are people thinking?
Oh, people, dude,
how do you get to that point? It's just,
we've said it before, man. People are just animals that took over the world. That's it. We were a couple murders away from pretty much not being, like, you imagine, we were seriously 3 murders away from having Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
We could have been those little puppets running around. Who the fuck knows, man? But we have a language now, and with that, we still have these motherfuckers that are tapped. Their brain stems are just nowhere next to normal. They're
funny you say that, and because it's topical, because it happened 2 hours ago. Are you aware of the YouTube active shooter that was in California?
Which, by the way, not to make fun of it, but you notice the first fucking video on there was from YouTube.
Yes.
So I'm just.
But it'll be removed for terms of service in about 2 hours.
Are you kidding me? That shit's trending.
It was a woman.
Yeah, it was a woman. Yes. Yes.
She killed herself.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I was going to say, like,
Was it Miranda
nine
Sings?
times out of 10, these guys kill
Wait,
themselves.
what was that, Jimmy?
Was it Miranda Sings? Fingers crossed.
See, I was thinking of Emma Gonzalez, but I might be wrong on this one.
See,
I really like Miranda Sings. She's hysterical, and I love what she does because she is doing.
I was thinking of the other Miranda.
It was Pootie Pie.
It was not Pootie Pie. Knock
It was
off.
Pootie Pie. He was a
My
Nazi.
daughter loves Miranda Sings, and it's the one that I can tolerate because
No, it was probably Paul
she's
Logan.
lampooning,
Logan Paul.
She's lampooning people that take themselves too seriously.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's nothing more that I take pride in more than when people, anytime anybody praises me or praises James or praises the shows. It's just we're two dicks that work really hard. That's really all it is.
That's kind of what we're doing
yeah.
here at the same time.
Yeah, we're two assholes, though.
Which, by the way, I'm honored, by the way, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but recently you did Jay Moore's show, and now you're doing The Little Engine That Could. Why, dude? Why?
James would say the same thing to me, but it's all press, man. It's all talking to somebody somewhere, and it's all talking about podcasting. And this is what we do, and it's something that we're all passionate about. You're very passionate about it. You've done 3 damn years of this shit.
Yeah,
so you give a damn. So I give a damn about everybody that gives a damn. People that don't, those people that can really pound sand, kick rocks, and
I'm really passionate about Eric Bischoff being into a podcast again. I want to hit him with a chair.
Oh, I'd love to.
I want to hit Eric Bischoff over the head with a steel chair. I really do.
You know, I got to say, though, and Jimmy might not know this, was it a year and a half ago, we had Joe Laurinaitis, Road Warrior Animal, from the wrestling world on our podcast.
Great guy. Still on my Facebook. He's
my God.
He's batshit crazy. He's like Ozzy. I swear to God, he's like Ozzy on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, he's fucking going
But
off.
you get his passion and you understand it. And he was on our show when we were still bubbling. And what did he do about 4 months ago? Started his own podcast. And I sent him a nice email. He goes, it was you guys. It was the grassroots gimmick guys that do it from your home. And you made me do this. I have so many stories, and the story, he went on Jim Ross's podcast, Jericho's podcast. Yeah. Well, yes. And then in 1987, I did this. We talked to him like he was sitting here drinking beer with us, and he had a great time.
Well, Ed brought it up the best. Beastie Boys did rap for the simple reason that it was cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Podcasts are cheaper and more effective than radio. You know what I'm saying? Radio is just...
Go ahead, Ed. This is the best part.
Get to be
no
real.
Corporate overlords.
The thing with radio, with an FCC and so many regulations, you can't be who you are on regular radio, and I think that's the problem for it.
Exactly.
There are plenty of guys. I know plenty of guys in radio that get around it by being themselves minus swear words, and they insert creative words to make things funnier, which engages the audience. But there are too many that can't fucking do it because they have to be whatever it is that the FCC wants them to be. And with podcasts, you get to be you. You get to be raw you, and you don't have to pretend to be somebody that you're not. And you can talk about anything you want, whether it's mental health, whether it's an illness that you have, whether it's a terrible event that happened to you, or your suicidal tendencies. You can talk about all that, and people bond with you over it, and I think it's healthier this way.
It's funny that I think Jimmy would be a great addition one time if you'd like to be a part of it. Once a month, we do something called Do You Know What's Fucked Up? And we bring up stories that are in the news, and we're like, are you really serious? This is real? I think you'd be a great addition to that once or twice.
Man, if I'm free, I'm over it.
Absolutely. Bring it on.
That's our flagship right there.
If I'm around, I'll absolutely be a part of it. No problem.
Because I know you're on tour for the next month and change, and we'll talk about that soon. But what I want to ask...
Jimmy, do you know how many alligators are raped on a daily basis in Florida?
In Florida alone.
We were the first organization to expose that shit.
Yeah. Alligator rape.
How many?
How many? He wants to know.
It was like, how many stories did we find?
I think we found
at least 7.
Yeah, 7 stories of alligator rape.
Before Me Too was a thing, the alligators were screaming Me Too.
Say that again, Jimmy?
You're obviously raping the beehole, right? You're not getting
I'd hope not. That's the last one you're getting.
We didn't stick around to find out what hole they were trying to go after. Let's be honest here.
I don't give a fuck. It's still an alligator.
It does sound illegal. You're absolutely right. Listen, you got.
I don't really want to watch it. But I'm curious how it happens.
You know,
I don't want to be a party to a crime by sticking around.
You know,
I'm curious.
You know, somebody right now is on RedTube trying to find alligator rape as a video. Let's be honest.
Try Pornhub.
So wait,
Pornhub,
if you dress up for that, could you be a fuzzy?
You could.
You could be a furry, right? If you dressed up for that.
Actually,
wouldn't it be a scaly? If
it
you
would
were,
be a scaly.
True
It would be
story.
a scaly.
True story. You won't find alligator, but you'll find panda porn on Pornhub.
I don't even want to hear
It's a category.
Wow.
I'm out there too.
In Arizona, what do you guys get? Scorpion rape or what's going on now?
That would be impressive.
Oh,
I'd
real.
say I'll
Go ahead, Jimmy.
From the outdoors. There's far too many things here that will kill you. There's coyotes, there's snakes. I don't do outdoorsy stuff here.
Yeah.
It's all mountainous. I go way away from town to do anything outdoors because
Smart
it's just
man.
terrifying.
The coyotes
There's
are coming
always-
back up here.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like half
they're
wolf,
gonna come
fucking
back.
dog, coyote. These things are look like shit from walking.
I wake up every morning. I look out my window, and I'm a hunter. I have a friend who's a hunter. I see 12 deer in my backyard. I'm like, oh Jesus! If I only had my rifle, I wouldn't wake everybody up. But
Yeah, but
I'm waiting for coyotes to come out and kill a deer.
Oh, they're out there. Believe me, they're just.
Oh, they were like in my mom's backyard. She was taking pictures of them with her phone and
they're
shit.
huge.
We have gone
They're
way
fucking
off.
huge.
We have gone way off the beaten path here, but I love it. Thank you, Jimmy.
I live in a gated community, and those things run down the street if I am looking for people walking little small dogs. And
Okay.
Yeah.
They're terrifying.
How do you live in a gated community, but James is still bitching about health care?
My wife had this house before I met her.
Okay. Props to your wife. Big ups
That
to
works.
Mrs.
That works.
Wisman.
That's right. Marry up.
Yeah, really.
So,
I know I did.
Real quick. See, I got a couple people on Twitter that that are comedians. Nick Swartzen is one of them.
Okay.
He's now when you set up for your comedy skits, right? Do you have a plan, say ahead of time? Do you just shoot by the gun, or you're like, all right, so for this one, I'm going to hit on this subject, and then when I come on my next tour, a year and a half later, a year later, I'm going to kind of tease on that a little bit, almost kind of like keep a story going. You know what I'm saying?
Good question.
Yeah, generally, there are a lot of comics like James and I both are fairly storyboard comics where we tell a story. We
Right.
because we're not famous. People want to get to know you. You got to have introductory jokes, and before you can get into anything, that you got to let people know about you. Generally, that's the you don't have to do anything. That's just kind of the route that we took.
Right.
And so I kind of your set eventually just evolves like anything, where any story where you start telling a story about something, and then you change it to a different thing, and then you find a new joke that you write. And then you put that somewhere into the set where it all jives and makes sense. And otherwise, you just sound like, you could do one-liners. There are plenty of guys that do that, where they just go and do one-liner jokes over and over and over again. None of them string together. Like Gilbert Gottfried just made a career of it, and he's amazing at it.
Yeah, true.
Mitch Hedberg did that. He was one of the best ever at it. Nick Swartzen is generally a storyboard comic also.
Right.
But from time to time, you can throw a one-liner in between as a segue into a different joke. That's why comedy is so fun, because you can be anything you want to be in one night. You can change your set from being just an angry dad that hates his whole life into a guy that's a doting father and a doting husband, and you can be anything you want to be. That's what's so great about it. You can just play and be different. And comics that don't, they just do the same act over and over again. They get stagnant and stale, and then they're not wanted anymore.
It's funny.
It's just to evolve and change constantly. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You're the guest. You have the full run of the thing.
You have cut-off authority.
Exactly. One of the things that I've for 3 years tried to explain to my eternal flame and goddess of love, who is sitting upstairs right now, is that who I am on the microphone is not who I am in real life. This is
the show.
Yeah, exactly. This is me turned up to like 12, whereas in real life, these guys will say I'm like a 7, maybe an 8.
Right.
Eddie, real quick, because
He's like driving Miss Daisy on a Sunday.
Pretty much. I'm really like. Low.
Am I being detained?
No, not today.
Well, Dan Cummins and James are very similar in that respect too, because when they're done at the club, when they're done doing comedy, funny is done. And Dan's wife came to the show in Detroit with us, and they were talking about the neighbors wanting Dan to come do things after the show and stuff. And Dan's wife was like, I don't know that you guys want him to come over. Dan's not going to be entertaining at your party. He's going to sit down, probably relax, because now's the time that a mic's not in his hand and he's not contractually obligated to be funny.
100%. 100%. I'm reminded of a story of Rodney Carrington, who was one of my favorite comics ever, meeting, I think it was Toby Keith, and they're introduced to each other by a third party, and Toby Keith goes, "Oh, Rodney Carrington, tell me a joke," and Rodney Carrington fires back with, "Sing me a song." And he kind of got it at that point. It's I'm not that guy 24/7.
Right. It's funny when I was like DJing, it would happen a lot. People would throw house parties. Like, I was a regular DJ. People would throw house parties, and after a while, you'd talk to people and be like, "Were you even at the show tonight?" No. Then after a while, you figured out they were getting big name DJs to play for them for free at somebody's house party.
Yeah, wrong answer.
So I stopped playing at parties and just kind of sit and relax.
It's probably a good idea. I mean, it's almost to the point where you want to say, well, what do you do for a living? And then, if the mechanic, come change my oil and I'll tell you all the jokes you want to hear.
That's Loki.
Loki will do it.
And he'll tell jokes.
There's an even exchange here. Why do you get all the benefit of your all-night jokes? So that's not...
It's barter. Also, barter, man. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, man.
But I'm opposite from James and in that anytime we're together somewhere, fairly recently, we were at the radio station getting the podcasting, and as we were walking down the hall, I was greeting the people that were walking past, and James says to Dan says, "How does he even do this?" I mean, watching this, because they're just not, for me, I'm trying to be the host and the greeter, and that's not how James and Dan are. They're just more reserved. So some comics are like that, some are the opposite. It just depends on the person.
Yeah, right. And go check out Dan Cummins'. He's a Time Suck podcast. Yeah. Very funny stuff. Very funny stuff. At some point, you got into stand-up comedy. You're doing well. Eventually, you have that fateful meeting with James Petrogallo. How did that go?
Yeah. A friend of ours that was a mutual of ours wanted to get us together to have us be friendly, I guess. I don't know. He was just he's a local comic that lived in a motel. And, so James and I met in a sleazy motel parking lot. That's
the stories we could just create.
That's the sweetest way to put that. And I insulted his shoes. He insulted me for something, and we became friends. Wow. We were regulars at both the big comedy clubs here in Phoenix for several years. And, we realized that there's not money in comedy. There's not even a future in comedy unless you're a headliner. And the only way to make yourself a headliner is to get a credit. And the only way to get yourself a credit in Phoenix, is to do something on your own. And so James chose podcasting and thought of the ideas, and I just go along. And it's my favorite thing ever. It's so much fun.
That is so true. If you ask Joe Rogan, he'll say he only did news radio to help his comedy. He hates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
you can't get anything without an audience.
Right.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely 110% correct.
Some comedians fit into that TV thing perfectly. And, like Tim Allen does great TV.
Phil Hartman was the same way. Right. God rest his soul.
You know, Joe Rogan hated it.
Greatest ever.
Yes.
Oh, hey, how big would he be a small town murder candidate or no?
Well, that was in L.A. and had they been in some city where Bryn was from, then absolutely, because that lady is a horrible. I mean, she's dead, but deservedly so. I don't know.
Right.
Asshole, and she's still an amazing, talented person. You know, one of my heroes.
Oh, he was amazing. You mentioned meeting James and the whole podcast thing, and where did the impetus for Crime and Sports come from? Because what a great idea.
Well, James loves sports. I love sports. I mean, if you listen to some of the episodes, you can't tell that I love sports.
I'm throwing a flag. Time out. Jimmy, I'm throwing a flag.
You ruined everything.
No, I'm not ruining everything because now I got Jimmy on the phone and I can do what I want. It's my show. When your show and his show, whatever. There are times when you're throwing out names and stats and teams and whatnot, and James is going, nope, that didn't happen. Sorry. F you, kiss a dick, stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
And
sometimes baseball, I remember things wrong because
there's 186 games this year, and
162, but I'll buy it. Well, if they make the playoffs, you're right. All right.
that strike in my teenage years really made baseball, it made it a sore spot for me, and I stopped watching, and it feels like my brain purged memories out and then created its own. Like, it's so bizarre. And like today's show, we talk about Jose Canseco, and I was convinced in my head that he was a first baseman. And
I remember you saying that. But then, here's the funny part. He did play first base in 4 games for the New York Yankees. I did my research. Jimmy, you were right. Take that back and tell James Petrogallo, you, sir, may fuck off because you were right. He played 4 games.
I promise you I didn't watch those games.
I did. I'm a Yankee fan. I'm telling you right now. He played 4 games at first base.
Hilarious.
Boom.
Jimmy,
and I was at one of those games.
So far, that's the first and only episode I've listened to, and I was laughing so hard at the uterus joke. I actually had to hit pause so I could hear the rest of what you guys were saying, and I damn near crashed getting here.
This wouldn't have
caught me off guard.
Really enjoy it.
I might have, due to the snowflake mentality of this particular society we live in, I might have sued you if Eddie died.
Say again, who died?
If our producer, Eddie, who was listening and almost laughed and crashed, I might have sued you and James if Eddie had died. Because that's the way snowflake society is.
I could have.
I gotta say, that episode is so enlightening. I'm going to be talking about just that one episode, by the way. That one episode was so enlightening when you brought up the twins, one named a junior, one not. And I never thought, I'm like, wow, if there isn't like the ultimate way to motherfuck one of your kids.
Yeah. And mind fuck them for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
And it's like that kid the parent has no argument either. He's like, you always liked him better. Well, obviously he's junior.
Wouldn't it be great if it was the opposite, that Jose was the one that didn't make it in the majors and was broke his whole life, and Ozzy was the one that made $45 million? That would be like the ultimate fuck you to dad.
Yes, it would. Junior didn't do shit, and I beat the system. That's badass. So
it's happening. It's happening.
One of the cardinal rules, and at some point I want to ask, Jimmy's going to give us all the cardinal rules. I remember, like, Eddie's dying. Jesus Christ!
I'm sorry. That's
end of the show. We're done. There are cardinal rules in crime and sports where you just don't do it. You don't get married. You don't move back home. You don't name your kid Junior. What is there, like six cardinal rules, right?
I think there's 6. I think it's first, don't name your kid Junior ever. Don't ever let that happen. And if things are going bad in your life, you never get married. And if things are going really bad, you never move home. You never go back home. You figure it out where at whatever city you're in, you stay there forever. You never hire a teenager for your hit squad ever, because they're gonna sing. They're gonna tell everybody because they don't know how to lie. They just don't know how to do it.
Yeah. True.
It seems like every time that these guys have their fall from grace, there's always at least 2 rules that they've broken that really are the catalyst for like the propulsion of crashing this shit into the ground. They right off the bat, when shit starts going bad because they're addicted to a drug, they have a kid, and then the wheels they're gone. It's all off, and a wing is teetering, and then they move home, and the whole plane just goes into the ground. It's really impressive. It's really impressive how they can all find out how to do exactly what everybody else did and crash their whole shit.
Basically, yeah.
Just doomed to repeat it when you don't know the truth.
Yeah, it's depressing too, because you see guys like Jose Canseco, who was one of the, in his time, he was one of the most famous guys in baseball, and he made $45 million.
One of the hardest hitters in baseball, absolutely.
Amen.
I actually knew him, so that's a big deal.
You met Jose Canseco?
No, I knew of him.
Oh, well, that's different. The fact that you know him impresses me.
No. I knew his brother, but fuck that guy. He wasn't
you knew
even
Ozzy Canseco?
He wasn't even a junior. Fuck him.
Okay, fuck him. He's not a junior. Never mind. Carry on, Jimmy.
To go from $45 million in your career, not including endorsements, not including anything else, and to be flat-ass broke and on a show called The Surreal Life, it's basically a bunch of washed-up people.
I remember that shit.
Because he needs money. And it's depressing to see somebody that was your childhood hero up there doing a jig for 13 and 14-year-old kids on primetime TV because they have no money.
Or 33-year-olds who are watching it simply because...
That's how I feel sometimes when we go to these wrestling events and I see some of these guys and I'm like, man, at some point in my life, like, I held you to a higher standard than my parents. And look at you, like,
right?
Look at all the shit that you did.
These guys did an episode about, I want to say it was 3-4 weeks ago. I might be off of my timeline because I'm 45 years old and everything seems like last week. So, Steve Howe, when you guys did Steve Howe, I was unaware he died. Seriously, I had not had any frame of reference that Steve Howe had passed away. B, I knew of all the indiscretions because, you know, being of the Sports Center mentality, 24-hour news cycle, every time Steve Howe took a shit, it's on the news. But to listen to you guys, I'm like, what? Steve Howe's dead? Google, Wikipedia, gimmick, schnibbits, wow. Oh, my God. You guys are bringing things to light. And again, you credited James earlier.
Yeah.
The stat guy, he brings these things that nobody would know. Riddick Bowe, I didn't know Riddick Bowe was dead.
And Riddick Bowe's still alive. He's just flat ass broke.
No, who's the boxer? Who's the boxer that got with the ball being hammered to the head?
Was it not Ike Abiabuchi? Was it? No, Ike Abiabuchi's still alive. He's here. I forget the one that caught the machete to the head, but that was in like Jamaica or something like that.
Damn it. Somebody go to the Google machine and find out.
James would remember it so quick.
That's why we have Eddie, because he's going to the Google machine right now.
I'm literally looking up boxer, machete to the head.
Boxer, machete to the head. See, that's what we do here.
Kell Brook?
No, it was a famous, like, actual world champion.
Yeah, he was a really good one.
You covered Riddick Bowe, though, right?
Burbick?
Yeah.
Trevor Burbick, thank you!
All right.
Yeah, Trevor Burbick.
Wow, see? Eddie Focus in the house doing his thing.
That's why I'm the producer and you're not.
Exactly. I'm the talent, you're the brains.
Riddick Bowe he lost a ton of money from people stealing from him, obviously, but also his lavish lifestyle. He was sprinkling on all his family. But then he eventually needed to drive a truck for a living. And then when we put out the episode, I followed him on Twitter and he followed me back and then instantly DM'd me with like some threatening DM. And I was like, oh my God, he heard the episode and Riddick Bowe is furious. And then the very next message was, if you want a piece of the champ, you can meet me at this website to play fantasy football. He was legitimately offering fantasy football against him because he gets a kickback for anybody that signs up.
So if you want to prove Riddick Bowe wrong, all you have to do is go sign up for like kingspin.com/fantasy football horseshit.
Right.
Oh my God.
Hey, go get the best lineup you can and come at me, dog. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
And then
well, Jimmy, if you need help, we're an affiliate with a great fantasy football service.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We'll help you out.
The very next month, there was a story in like Yahoo News or whatever that he had started a GoFundMe to pay his rent. It's depressing. Those are the ones that you can't.
Well, it's like when fucking what's his name, Dustin Diamond there.
Screech?
Yeah.
Screech went out and did the same fucking thing. Like
he did porn.
Yeah.
Canseco's not far behind, babe.
No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely fucking right.
Broke as shit.
That's crazy, man. That just blows your mind. Like how, like, I mean, you think about it like this way. You go to your bank account right now, and like right now, I'm literally looking at like say $23 in my account. Like not even.
Wow,
joking.
you're living day to day. I feel good about myself right now.
You know, so but then you got guys like, you know, like even your modern days, like your Stephon Diggs and your guys from now, like your Tom Brady's. You even think he even looks at his fucking his top right now?
No.
You even think he fucking goes online and goes, I wonder what my capital's at right now. You know, no, they don't fucking give a shit, dude. Whereas me, I'm one of those guys that go on and check out my shit every day to make sure, can I get that coffee today? You know, one of those.
Tom Brady's got more Uggs in his closet than I have dollars in my account.
Can we talk about his Ugg fucking obsession or what, man? I swear to God, I want to go take his man card every single time I see him do something with Uggs. It just drives me absolutely insane, man. Look, I ain't trying to dog on the guy because he's great.
Can you imagine one day that guy is on Yahoo News begging for rent money like that? It would it would blow your mind. You'd be like, how is that even possible? With the hundreds of millions of dollars that guy's had.
That's what's blowing my mind with this Riddick Bowe. Like, I mean, he want to say, man, what was that? Like, that was the 90s run, right? That was
he had $100 million.
Yeah, I know. And you think about, like,
and it's gone.
That's almost like, that's like saying, what's his face? Floyd Mayweather is broke right now, you know, and he's right. About that. That just blows your mind. $100 million. Can you,
right.
How the fuck do you spend that, man?
See, but a guy with $100 million doesn't have a 2,000 square foot home that is costing him $1,500 a month.
Right.
It's the guy with $100 million has 7 of these motherfuckers and he's not writing it off all properly, and he's got cars, and he's just being stupid with his money
right.
because there's so much he doesn't understand the gravity of maybe one day I will be homeless, because that can't register because there's 7 fucking keys on his key ring that all go to different houses.
And there's 7 digits after that first one that you're
right.
thinking. So you don't even you're not even thinking that shit, man. That's absolutely that just blows your mind, man, you know? I mean, it's just like Tony Atlas, man. Tony Atlas, we saw him
with Blair Tugman, he's got one more MMA fight in him, but did an autograph signing with them.
Yeah, and man, I just felt so bad for him. Like,
Tony Atlas out there scrubbing for $10 bills.
Yeah, he's over there telling me all these fucking heartbreak stories, like all this. I'm like, dude, you were the top of the top, man. I would have given my left nut to see you live from front, you know, and here you are asking me for French fries right now.
That was my brother's favorite wrestler when we were kids. I'm 2.5, 3 years older than my brother. Man. Oh, hell yeah. And I texted him the night we did the gimmick with Tony Atlas. I'm like, hey, I got you an autographed picture of Tony Atlas. He goes, why? I'm like, are you shitting me? That was your boy back when you were 6, 7 years old. He goes, what do you call it? That train wreck? I'm like, all right, I get it now. We're doing it because we're out there for publicity, but
right.
You know, Matt was ahead of the game. He's like, that train wreck? Nah, I'd rather not. Keep the fucking 8x10. You're good. You're good now, right, Jimmy? You're good now.
Just like he brought up, man. These are your heroes. These are the guys that you watched on that fucking TV, and then you'd sit there and you'd imitate either the way that they shimmy when you go to hit that baseball, or
of all their episodes, I have to bring up 3: Jimmy Snuka, Chris Adams, and strangely enough, he wasn't ever my favorite, but he was always on the fringe. It's like if Rusty Wallace ever crashed into the wall and was dead, Jeremy Mayfield at that time would be my guy. And when I listened to that Jeremy Mayfield episode, I'm at work, I got the headset in, I'm not supposed to have it, and I'm pissing myself laughing.
Him and his wife both want us to interview him, and
no shit.
They both want to be on the show, which is pretty fantastic. And I'd love to have a piece of that for sure, just to let them talk and hear their side of the story. I think would be a lot of fun.
You know, the crazy part for me is because after
buy it, though?
I remember the meth allegations.
That's what I'm saying. Do you guys buy it? I mean, come on.
Here's where the shameless plug comes in. I do a NASCAR podcast.
I know. I'm just
called C&J Speedway Review. You can catch it on YouTube. I'm going to give you
my part, but yeah.
And when the allegations came out, I have a friend that works for NASCAR as the manager of communications, which is basically, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear, blah, blah, blah. That's why him and I don't talk anymore, because I called him out on his bullshit, yada, yada. Anyway.
There goes that sponsor.
I don't care. When that all came out, I was like, well, maybe there's another story behind it. And the more I dug into it, and then listening to you guys do Jeremy Mayfield, I'm like, wow, that's... How do you answer to that? You got caught red-handed with backhoes on your property that were stolen from someone else.
Right.
How do you respond to that? Oh, they just arrived.
He started a scrapyard as a cover and a new path for life.
Yes. That's exactly what I was going to bring up. You're absolutely right, bro.
Somewhere behind me is a photo album, and I'm going to take a picture of it.
Oh, no, he is a complete nut job.
Yes, he is. Somewhere behind me is a photo album, and I'm going to take a picture of it. Is me standing next to Rusty Wallace's car. Anybody who has listened to this show for more than 8 seconds knows I was a huge Rusty Wallace fan. I'm standing next to his car wearing a Jeremy Mayfield T-shirt. And when I send this to you, Jimmy, I want you to just blow it up. And look, here's a guy that fucking bought into the nickery, which I love. Thank you for that word. I use it often.
I have Jeremy Mayfield's autograph in my house.
Oh, my God.
Somebody sent me one of his 8x10s of the car that he had signed. So James and I both have his autograph.
Wow. I want an 8x10 of his meth shop.
Yeah, really.
That's what
I want some of his meth. I might not use it, but I'll hang it right here in the studio. Like, look, it's Jeremy Mayfield meth right here.
Come on, you know that was some down-home good cooking right there.
The best moonshine in America was made not too long from him.
8x10 is the nickname of his mouth, though, because his bottom row is 8 feet and his top row.
Oh, absolutely. I've had I don't want to say the privilege, but I've met Jeremy Mayfield. I know what you're talking about.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I got my daughter at the dentist that I got to go grab, so I'm going to have to run. I can't thank you guys enough for this.
I would love to have you back for part 2 because I've got a list of questions here that I'd love to ask you. And my God, you have been awesome, and you have made the 3rd anniversary so great.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
You know what? Round up your worst. Join us for Do You Know What's Fucked Up?
Absolutely.
I love it. Get in touch with me and let's do it again.
You bet your ass. Thank you. Jimmie Whisman, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, man.
Wow.
Great guy.
Oh, my God. He's
hilarious.
Awesome.
Like, he had me laughing just thinking about what I was laughing about.
Exactly. So we got a lot of time right now. 3 years, man. Real quick, before we talk about what we heard from Jimmy, the last year, what has been your highlight? Your highlight?
Just this last year?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to
like the last season.
Yeah,
we should say season.
Season, yeah. Well, you were operating. Seasons.
I'm just gonna have to go right back to our own version of MST3K.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Wow,
History Science Theater.
That was
3000.
mine. History Science Theater 3000 with Bill Starkey.
Was absolutely great. I want to go back to doing that again. I want to do another one of those. Just it was great. It was good times, man. It was good times. I had a blast.
You know what? I got a crazy idea.
Runner up would have to be I'm gonna say Hooters Royal Rumble. That was good. Blast. A great time.
It helped that the Royal Rumble was
fantastic. Can I just say that? Yes. Looking so forward to WrestleMania.
I
just because of the way that the Royal Rumble went down.
If they can keep that momentum, it's going to be off the chain.
They're going to have to.
Absolutely.
I do got to say this one thing though. Stephanie and Triple H, can you just get off Twitter?
Oh my God!
I'm going to stop following them. I swear to God, I'm so.
I say that about the president,
dude. I don't even follow them.
They retweet each other. Like she'll put something, then Triple H retweets.
There are so many people.
He writes
that
something, then
retweet
Stephanie retweet, and I'm like, we get it. You guys are up each other's butts like 24/7. We get that. That's cool.
Can we let's look at that realistically? Can we address the elephant in the room? They're literally probably doing that sitting on the same couch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, without question.
Watching soap operas.
Yeah.
Wait. Look what I just said. I'm going to retweet that.
Wait a minute. We've done that on Facebook.
Oh yeah. yeah.
All right, guilty.
Yeah, basically. I want to make a surprise phone call, and if he answers, it's going to be great because again, 3rd anniversary. We got surprises.
He's broadcasting right now. You mean someone else?
No, but I'm going to hit this button right here, and we're going to see if he answers the phone. And he's a friend. He loves us. We love him. And let's see what happens. Hello, Bill Starkey.
Yes.
This is Chris from the Loken Jabroni Show. We are live right now on Facebook and getting ready. Yes, it's our 3rd anniversary, my friend, and you are our favorite guest of all time.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
We try.
Yeah.
And to all those jabronis out there as well.
Oh, well, you know.
And the thousands of jabronites out there.
Right, the jabronites.
That's right.
You know, we had a guest, and he had to leave early, and I said to myself, because that's what I call myself. Let's call Bill Starkey. Let's see if we can get a little bit of fun and nickery, because Bill always brings the numbers.
The highest rated shows.
Highest rated shows. Absolutely.
I don't know who it is then. Somebody's listening. I don't know.
Every time we have you on the show, bro, the downloads go through the roof.
We went through around the table after our guest left, and we said, what's your memory of the last year? We're like, oh yeah, Kiss 3 Science Theater with Kiss Meets the Phantom. With Bill Starkey. And I'm like, oh, let me get Bill Starkey on the phone. This is going to be fun.
Can I just say that episode, the video and all that has never been pulled down?
Which is funny, because you would think that Gene Simmons would have showed up personally to issue the summons.
I was hoping for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. I was hoping for that.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
We want him to show up. Matter of fact, we would videotape us getting the summons.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we're getting sued by
Gene Simmons.
This is Loki's running live on Facebook. We're getting sued by Gene Simmons.
That's who's downloading all the shows.
Do not videotape me on Facebook.
That's a good point. Bill makes a good point. It's probably Gene with his 6,000 cell phones downloading the episodes going, there'll be no talk of Bill Starkey ever.
Right, unless it's Mike Sharkey.
Mike Sharkey, that's right.
Mike Sharkey, that's what he told the local sports station over here. It was Mike Sharkey. So
it's funny. I have a picture, and I'm going to send it to you because I took it off my TV, where I for some reason I was nostalgic. I watched Kiss: The Second Coming just recently.
And, isn't that cool?
And there you were, and they showed your picture, and they had the lower third. It said Bill Starkey, Kiss Army founder. I quick snapped a picture, and for 5 days I've wanted to send it to you and like, look at that handsome young gentleman. And I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
However,
I was skinnier then. As we speak, some crazy guy just put on my Facebook, hey, Sharky. It's a bunch of military guys, and one of them had cut off shark's head on their face, on their body.
What?
Yeah, on my Facebook page. It's so hilarious. Some guy by the name of Nick Smith sent me this thing called, hey, Sharky, I got a picture for your Army days.
No relation.
These soldiers, but one of them's got a shark head on. Oh,
wow.
This is just a tremendous Tuesday evening, I tell you.
Well, I'm glad that we could add to your Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
You can. Well, why not? What else is going on? I mean, come on.
All right. Quick question, just as a Kiss freak, and these guys could have a shirt.
You happen to be wearing the shirt today.
I am wearing a Kiss shirt.
I don't know if you folks are watching.
Which one?
40 years of rock in America.
40 Years of Rock. It was the 2014 tour that I took my daughter to. I'll send you that picture after the show. Her and Kiss makeup. Okay. It's fantastic. Recently, Kiss has patented the end of the road. Do you buy it? Do you buy it, or do you think it's just?
Oh yeah, I think so. Sure.
I'm not. Yeah. I don't know. I went through this in 2000 with the farewell tour. I went to 8 shows just so I could say, hey, I got my Kiss fix, and here we are 18 years later, and they're still touring, and they're still doing their thing, and 2 albums, and however many greatest hits compilations come out after that. Is this really the end?
Supposedly, Paul was the one that came up with this. Am I correct?
I don't know.
At least that's what Gene had been telling the people that had asked him about it at the Vault things, and Gene said he had no idea about it. And so that's only the reason why I think that if Paul is the one motivating to come out with this, then more than likely he doesn't mess around. I mean, we all know he calls the shots in the band, and
Paul's navigating the boat.
Yeah, and if he is the one that's putting this together, I don't think this is one of those. I mean, we all know he has a tendency to exaggerate things. I don't think this is an exaggeration. I think something's up now. Just because this is been copywritten, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen next year or the year after that, or I mean, this could be 5 years down the road. But yeah, I think there's something to it. I mean, look lately how Vinny showed up at the Vault thing. I found out today where Paul's showing up at jeans in Vegas. They seem to want to kind of come together more frequently now. So, yeah, I think anything's possible. Who knows what they could dream up? Those wheels are always turning. I think that it's legit. The end of the road is. I don't think
you got to do it now. You got to do it now if you're going to do it.
I don't disagree with you because I'm
reading the patent now.
I've seen the Stones a couple times, and because I don't want to say I'm as young as I am, but because I'm, let's be honest, as young as I am, the first time I saw the Stones was in '89. Then I saw them in '92, and then I saw them in '90, whatever. They were already elder statesmen, and now I saw Kiss in the '80s. The first time I saw Kiss was in '82, Worcester Centrum, here in Massachusetts, and it was fantastic. They were still in makeup. Then comes the non-makeup era, which I like to call the Chasing Bon Jovi era, and then Revenge was fantastic. Although the houses weren't great, the music was incredible.
Yeah.
Then the reunion comes. I lost my whole. I'm 45. I'm 45 shows in. I know there's a lot of guys who have been to 200 shows, 900 shows, whatever. I thought this last time in 2014 that it was it. It was done. This is the best they can do, etc. They keep touring the world. They came to Bridgeport, right down here at the. I don't know what the name of the arena is here in Connecticut, but they did the We the People rock and roll gimmick, Schneebitzfernum, and I didn't go because, they have nothing new. I like to go when you have something new to offer. Play the hits and then play a couple of new stuff.
Well, and that's always been my deal, too, because I know a lot of people give me grief. They don't think I'm supporting the band. It's not just that. It's just I've also been spoiled to the point where I remember times when I used to go to shows and I got to see them.
Exactly.
It wasn't for $1,000 meet and greet either. So I always feel kind of unfulfilled if I go to a show and I can't at least stop by and say, "Hey guys, how you doing?" Like the one time they were here in Indianapolis, Paul came over and shook hands with me. Stuff like that's pretty cool. And I'm not like the typical fan. I've been spoiled in some regard. So I've never been into the sheer numbers of, I've seen this many shows. I'm more intrigued by the guys who say, I've seen them in this era, that era, that era, that era. Now that to me is more fascinating because of all the different things,
my ex-wife still has my 3/4 sleeve length baseball jersey, Lick It Up 1983 tour shirt that unfortunately, I don't know how she got it, but in the divorce, she still has that freaking t-shirt. And,
wow.
I saw them on the Creatures tour, the Lick It Up tour, Animalize, Asylum. I could run through the whole thing and we could waste a lot of time. But, if it's really the end of the road, Bill, how do you feel?
Well, I have kind of mixed. I always feel there's still going to be something out there. I've always crowed a while about how I always thought that, like for me, Kiss has always been about as much as the music has been about anything. And I've always thought that they could do something on Broadway. I even like it when other people do Kiss songs because even if it's a different
Mini Kiss.
It's still different. No, not Mini Kiss.
Not Mini Kiss. See, you already got shot down by Bill Starkey. You're fired.
See, I don't consider that, I don't know.
I'm sorry. You are in error, Bill Starkey.
There's a possibility for that. You have Kiss on Broadway. I'm not saying a Kiss 2.0 would work for me, but I might be interested in it. If they could come up with 4 totally different, unique people that somehow reminded us all of the originals.
Okay.
Then I might be intrigued. But I see they could do a musical on Broadway, I think, where they could incorporate the ballads, they could incorporate the hard stuff, and if you threw in the keyboards and even a choir and stuff, it would be quite enjoyable, even for the non-Kiss fan. So, and I saw recently where Paul made some sort of comment about doing Broadway. Now, I don't know if he was talking about himself or the band or both, but, I guess I'm real open-minded about that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm a headbanger like everybody else, but I also have a bizarro side where, I could get into a lot of theatrics. So I don't have a bad feeling about it being the end of the road because, let's face it, guys, it's totally not the same even for me as it was in 74, 75 when they were these skinny guys who were real dark and there was this weird, I don't know. So, I've seen a lot.
You also don't want to see your heroes, degrade.
I was going to say, at this point in their career, I'm actually cheering for one of them to actually kick a hip and fall off the stage.
It's funny that you say that, and then you say that, Mike, that when, Bill's from Indiana, and one of my favorite baseball players is from Indiana, Don Mattingly. You don't want to
he played the high school ball with my brother in Evansville.
Wow. You don't want to see Donnie Baseball go too far where he's just fodder. He's just a guy in the lineup. He's good for a slap hit every now and again. You don't want to see that happen. And you don't want to see that with Kiss, but then again, I go back to...
You mean what they did to Carl Yastrzemski?
Yes, very much what they did to Carl Yastrzemski with the Red Sox. Very, very good point. Bill, before we close this out, one thing that comes off to me is that what Eric Singer said recently is that, can Kiss go on without Gina Paul? He goes, well, it's not going to go on without me because without them, there's no Kiss. But you say that there's a possibility with, this, Broadway, etc., so forth.
It might not hurt
Kiss
the younger
2.0.
fans too much. Younger fans, maybe.
There's one guy.
Diehards like you and Bill, maybe not.
But there's one guy, in my opinion, that could do that. It's Tommy Thayer. And there's another guy, and I'm sure Bill will agree with me, Spiro Papadatos.
You need that youth.
Yeah.
You need the youth. You need that aspiration to continue that forward. And not only continue it forward for, say, 10 years, but you're talking 20, 30, 40 years. Yeah, you want that stuff to go forward.
There's some people that won't let go of the David Lee Roth Van Halen days.
Oh, my God. If I have to get into another argument with another David Lee Roth apologist.
Sammy Hagar was a better frontman, people.
Thank God.
Let it go.
A better songwriter.
Let it go. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's apples and oranges with those two Van Halen bands.
It very much is. It very much is.
But you accept
very much is. Because what Sammy Hagar brought to the table and what David Lee Roth were totally different things.
It was. But when my point being this, when Sammy Hagar took control of that band, you had a better band.
You had lyrics.
You had people.
It was mature.
Right.
It was. It was a better Van Halen. It was a better Van Halen. I'm sorry if it pisses people off, but you had a better Van Halen.
Funny you should say that. When Paul Stanley took the reins of Kiss, it became a more mature band.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I agree.
Sometimes you gotta...
I'm sorry, fill me in because I'm ignorant. Wasn't he always there?
Who?
Paul Stanley.
Yes. But when he took control, when he had the reins, when Gene Simmons was out doing movies and promotional gimmicks and this and that and the other,
I get what
Paul
you're saying.
Stanley took the reins and the music became better and tighter and all it.
From around the 90-ish.
Don't listen to Michael Brandvold. Crazy Nights was an anomaly. It was horse shit from the word go. And I know Tommy listens to this show. Tommy, I'm with you. Crazy Nights was an anomaly. When Paul Stanley took control of that band, it became tighter, better musically, better songwriting, better everything. Bill, before we close this out,
yes.
When and if, and I have to say if in little letters, the end of the road comes through Terre Haute or, I'm trying to remember, I lived in Indiana for a year, so I have to remember the surrounding areas. Indianapolis, Lafayette, Noblesville, etc., so forth. Are you going to be there?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
As will I.
Yeah, I really will. I don't know. There's just something about that. I definitely feel if they ever came by Terre Haute again, I definitely better show up or they'll renounce my citizenship there or something. But I was there the last time they were there, and that was in the 90s. And a lot of probably trivia Kiss fans don't know, Kiss actually cut a live soundtrack from Terre Haute when they were there for that show, and it was like 4 songs.
No kidding.
And it was right off. Yeah, it was right off. It was like a double CD with Psycho Circus. Matter of fact, Mike Brandvold is the guy that gave me a copy of it. Yet, the Mike Brandvold gave me a copy of it. And I don't think a lot of KISS people probably realize that KISS did do a live thing from Terre Haute at one time, live show.
Nice. I'm going to have to tag Mike in this because he's a friend of mine. So,
yep, you do that.
Nothing wrong with bringing the KISS Nation out, if we will.
No, because it's a crazy nation as it is.
Yes, it is. Bill, thank you for joining us. I know you didn't have any idea we were going to call you for our third anniversary.
No, that's cool. I couldn't practice my questions in advance.
We didn't have questions. This was all off the cuff. Thank you. You've been a great part of this show for 3 years, and we thank you. I think it was episode 26 and 27. It was building the KISS Army, and then Bill's been back intermittently 4 or 5 times. You've been a great addition to this show, and I can't thank you enough. And I know these guys say the same thing.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been my pleasure. It really has.
We're going to have you back before you know it. You have no idea.
Let's do that. We got that big expo coming up in Indianapolis.
Oh,
Phantom of the Park Special Edition History. We'll do it.
Oh my God!
Yes.
I hear George Lucas has added the cantina scene where Gene Simmons shoots first.
You're killing me. You're killing me right now. The Indianapolis KISS Expo. When that happens, send me a message. We will have you tell us what happened at the Indianapolis KISS Expo.
All right. All right,
Bill, thank you very much. We love you, so you know.
All right, we love you too, guys.
All right, thank you, Bill.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Class act. Bill
Starkey. Absolutely.
In the house.
So, I don't know if you guys are, under a rock as of late, but
Killingly.
pretty much, yeah. We're 24 days away from Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay.
24 days. And I don't know if you guys are interested. I am getting a man. We're calling it the Infinity Gauntlet Pub Crawl. So we're essentially hitting up some bars, and then we're going to go watch Infinity Gauntlet. Only guys.
Okay.
The reason being is because...
For those of you who are woke, that means you have a penis and you call yourself a man.
Thank you, in case you're woke. Anyways, this is a big moment. I don't know, like, I know you used to dabble in comics and shit like that, but Marvel wasn't a big thing for you. I know DC was more of your jive.
Mine too,
But see, the Infinity Gauntlet for me is huge. It's huge, dude. It's beyond huge because
big storyline.
I literally remember being like, going to my comic book guy and being like, look, I want the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know where I have to go, make it happen. And he would sit there with his little checker thing and go, all right, so you need She-Hulk, this one, you need this one, this one, this one. I had no idea where the Infinity Gauntlet was going. And you got to understand, when I say that this spanned for comics, it was almost a year. It was almost a year long that this fucking thing went on for. And it wasn't just one comic. It wasn't just Spider-Man. Oh, no. It was X-Men. It was Spider-Man. It was Fantastic Four. It was She-Hulk. It was Wolverine. Hell, you had like the new Warriors. Shit that I wouldn't even pick up, that I had to pick up because it had a little bit of that freaking Infinity Gauntlet shit going on with it. Now, heading back to what I was saying before, this is huge. This is bigger than Han Solo getting killed by Kylo Ren huge. It's so huge that we already have Thanos running around on Twitter telling you not to give away secrets. So my question to you is this. Is this Robert Downey Jr.'s final Avenger movie? Because
I'm not so sure about Robbie
I'm going to tell you right now. No. Because we know for a fact that Chris Evans is signed on for one more.
One more.
We know for a fact that Captain America, a.k.a. And by the way, he's going to be known as Nomad from now on because Captain America, he dropped his shield, in case you guys forgot, at the end of Civil War. He's no more. He's not Captain America anymore.
Iron Man demanded it back.
Right, exactly. He asked for it back. He said, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah.
You don't deserve it.
Exactly. And he doesn't. He doesn't. For what he stood for, he doesn't. Absolutely. Now, leading into this, there's only a handful of characters that I see dying right now. Vision, one of them.
He has to.
Tony, I know that. Tony Stark.
It's possible.
And last but not least, Thor.
Okay.
Now, I give you, out of those three, the one thing that I feel is plausible, Tony Stark. We know Vision's going to die because he has to die to get the whole gem out of his forehead.
But here's the thing with Vision dying. Vision can always be redone.
He doesn't exactly die.
So,
exactly. Tony Stark is a huge deal. If he dies, he's gone. Now, for those of you who aren't up in the comic books like nowadays, there is a Tony Stark, but he's not Iron Man no more. He is no longer Iron Man. There's a woman, a African-American woman, that is now at the helm of Iron Man. As a matter of fact, it's not even Iron Man anymore. It's Iron Heart. And that is who took over.
So you don't think they're going to – because Rhodey became Iron Man for a while.
No, they will.
You don't think they're going to go with that?
I think they're going to go with actually, I think they're going to go with Winter Soldier. I think they're going to give –
Winter Soldier is supposed to become Captain
America.
America.
First. Yeah, exactly. At first, he becomes Captain America. But see, the problem is Falcon now – or Falcon.
Falcon becomes
Captain America. So they have a little thing going on there. Rhodey never became Iron Man. He was always War Machine. Which, by the way, real quick, if you guys ever, you saw.
Oh, you know what? They started calling him Iron Patriot.
Right, exactly.
War Machine.
The Iron Patriot, right. Which also.
Because of Captain America dying, actually. So he tried to be Captain America, but.
There was a whole other thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you needed the Stars and Stripes back then, man, because we were at war, So, like I said, leading into this, if you guys have seen the previews, if you look up in the sky when you got Hulk, he just lands on the ground, you look up real quick, you actually see Rhodey and Falcon flying side by side in formation, by the way.
Right.
Formation. That means they trust each other. If they're flying in formation. Now,
of course,
at the end of the Civil War, well, not at the end, but in the middle of Civil War, Rhodey gets blasted by Vision's blast going off there. But they blamed Falcon and Captain America for that.
Right.
So Falcon is still getting blamed for the fact that Rhodey is paralyzed. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that. Is it going to be like a quick little out the door, we're Army bro, I respect you type thing, it's over? Or is there going to be a little bit more dialogue behind there? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think they're going to cop out. It's just going to be the whole thing. Thanos is here. We need to stop him.
Right.
Kind of shit, and they're going to be Winter Soldier.
Oh,
shit.
I didn't mean to do that.
So, leading back to my original question, do you think Iron Man's time is up? Do you think that our man Morton Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. is done? Do you think he's done?
I want to say yes, but he was supposed to be done after Part 3 and the Avengers movie. I honestly think Robert Downey Jr. loves the authoritative pull he has with Marvel, and he's making so much money.
That's just it, though. At some point, you have to get him off the train.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, they can't all do it forever.
Right, exactly. And not only that, at some point, you got to be like, dude. Marvel is not just about Iron Man. Because Marvel is about everybody out here.
Forget the horse accident. Christopher Reeve couldn't pull off Superman today. On Superman 27.
No.
He wouldn't be able to pull it off.
No, absolutely not.
Here, I don't know. I could go either way. I think Robert Downey Jr. has been really owning the whole
I agree.
MCU.
Which is, by the way, I think it's the shock
sure
factor.
As hell hasn't been Thor.
I think it's the shock factor. I think if you drop Iron Man in this movie, this is bigger. That's what I'm saying. This is bigger than Han Solo dying. And why are they making a big deal about this now? You know what I'm saying? Not even Star Wars was like, don't be a bitch and let the people, don't let spoilers go. You literally have. And it's not just I got Marvel on here, I got movies on here, I got all this other thing on Twitter. And my whole thing blew up with this picture of Thanos with the gauntlet like this. And it's got this whole thing of him writing this whole thing, don't give any spoilers away, blah, 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 blah. This is huge. This is huge. Like they really don't want this shit to be fucking known.
I don't know if you've seen the new trailers, but speaking of Thanos, who is being played by James Brolin, who is also playing
Cable in freaking Deadpool 2, what
do you think of Cable? I think he looks pretty good.
He looks good, man. I'm
certainly better than Jonah Hex.
I thought he looked great.
Certainly better than Jonah Hex.
Yes, thank you.
A largely forgettable movie.
Look, Josh, I love you. You're Rand, dude.
No,
I do. He's the original big fucking
Goonies
brother.
Never die.
Goonies
I
never died.
I get it.
I love Rand. Dude, Josh Brolin, he's
a movie he insists he would do a sequel to this day.
And he still will. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
If I get the call from the director and Spielberg there, I'll do it.
Right. Now, I love Josh as Cable, but my God, like, we could have saved so much money and it just would have looked so much more authentic if we went with that dude. And I don't even know his name. That's how much of a low bit actor he is. But from Avatar.
Oh.
Dude. Tell me he is not the perfect Cable, man.
He could be, yeah.
The perfect, like you would have probably saved.
He's jacked.
Yes, man. Like I would have loved to see him as Cable. I would have loved to see him as Cable, man.
Let me ask you guys.
Go ahead.
You've seen Deadpool, right?
Yes.
So in the news, they said that some reshoots had to be done for Deadpool 2 to fit a surprise cameo.
Yeah.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Good.
It's Wolverine.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Hugh Jackman.
And not only that,
it's got to be.
He's wearing the costume.
I don't know about that.
He's wearing the costume. He's wearing the costume. I'm calling it right now.
Because there was an actor who was sitting next to Hugh Jackman during the awards show, and he is in the Deadpool movies, and he's just like, "What are you doing? What do you talk about when you sit next to Hugh Jackman?" And he said he elbowed him. He's like, "So, you're not going to do any more of these movies, huh? Now that Disney and Fox are merged or whatever."
What the fuck?
And he said Hugh Jackman said, "Yeah, I said I was done, but I don't know. The fans keep asking me."
Wow. Okay.
So there's a chance Jackman wants to get in the MCU. Deadpool could be part of the MCU now.
Suck that up.
It'll stop the flow. It'll stop the flow.
Do we have paper towels upstairs?
Never shake the monster.
I didn't shake the monster.
Now
he handed it to me.
All I did was hand him the thing.
Before we get off this,
before I make my next surprise phone call like we did Bill Starkey. As I watch Loki hump the microphone. Go ahead.
There's just one thing we need to address comic-wise.
Go ahead.
Loki, before you run out, you can look at this picture and comment on it.
Go ahead.
Let's address the elephant in the room again.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
The new Shazam.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
You've seen it?
I have. I'm not buying it.
I'm legitimately worried.
Look, I've read the comics. I'm a comic guy up until and including 94. I've bought some comics intermittently since then. I follow. I don't follow as much as a lot of you guys do, but what Shazam is about to be, no.
You know what? I like Shazam, or as
Captain Marvel,
as he's known. But man, I looked at that costume and I'm just like, homie,
right?
I don't know. Obviously I'm going to go see it, but seeing that costume kind of, that's all I got to say.
All right. Well, we're going to make our second surprise phone call. I'm gonna stray away from this one.
Is it Grandma Burns?
No, it was going to be Joe Laurinaitis. You know what? Let's just do Joe Laurinaitis. Let's see if we can get Joe Laurinaitis on the phone. Because he's a former guest, and let's see if he answers. If he doesn't, no biggie. Everybody leaves, and it's all good. I get it. There's one bathroom here in the studio. Waiting.
Hello. I'm not going to take your call right now. Please leave a name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. Have a great day.
Hey, Joe, it's Chris from the Logan Jabroni Show. Just wanted to reach out and say congratulations on your new podcast, and we wanted to get a little bit of insight to your new podcast. On our 3rd anniversary show, we're calling you live right here on Facebook Live. And if you can, give me a call back, and we'll see if we can't get you back on the show, because when we last left, there was a lot of things left on the table. So, Joe, if you can, please give us a call back. Thank you, and we'll have a great day. All right, so Joe's not available. So let's, I texted a couple people, and I said, hey, is this person available? So let's go to this one, and we'll go with, I'm going to go with this number right here. See if this works. Phone's ringing. 3rd anniversary show. We're going to see if anybody answers. You hear the phone ringing. Tick tock. You about to stop little. That's MVP, yo. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Hello.
Gary, Pitbull #1, Wolfe. How the hell are you?
Hey, how you doing, Chris? What's going on?
Oh, I am doing great. You are right now, live because we needed to fill some time on our 3rd anniversary show, and you have been a great part of our show for 3 years. And I want to say thank you. We all want to say thank you.
Cool. Help me much.
Uh-oh, we did it again. Jesus. Gary, can you hear us? The thing.
We're good there.
No, we're not, because they can't hear Gary.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. WrestleMania is a couple days away, and what are you thinking in regards to WrestleMania?
Well, lucky for them, Daniel Bryan's coming back.
That's fantastic. Does he go over, or are they going to screw him because it's a McMahon thing?
I have a feeling they're going to go over, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be back on Raw, not SmackDown.
Fair enough. What do you think about The Undertaker and John Cena continually calling him out, but nothing happens?
Yeah, that's strange. I was wondering what was up with that. I can't see them having a WrestleMania without The Undertaker. So
it's got to stop sometime, though.
He's only 53 years old, dude. He's still got plenty of time in him.
Oh, no, trust me, I get it. But at some point, we can't be, 15 years from now and have, say, I don't know who's coming up that would say, I'm calling out The Undertaker. And he's, 15 years from now, he's 68 years old.
No, I don't think that. I mean, no, you have a point there, but no, I think this WrestleMania just seems like they have to pull everything out of their hat because it just seems like it just wasn't there. And I know they have Ronda Rousey there, but you got to understand it's her first match.
I'm still not buying into the Ronda Rousey thing, bro.
I'd love to hear your reasoning for that, because I'm kind of buying the Ronda Rousey gimmick.
No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not buying it. It's just, to me, I feel that they're putting a lot of pressure on her. She hasn't worked. I haven't seen her work once in the ring yet.
Yeah, exactly my point. Exactly.
And they're having her come out for WrestleMania, which
is the grandest stage of them all.
Right, right.
Hello, what gave you the right to do this?
I mean, it's going to be the biggest screw up ever. You know what I mean?
That'd be Botchamania.
By the way, did you see the promo she's been cutting? Lame City, man. Fucking Lame City. She is horrible on that microphone.
Well, Stephanie has to get herself over. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
of course.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right about that.
So I mean, technically she could kick her ass and Triple H ass at the same time if she really wanted to.
One in one hand and one in the other.
And that's no joke. That's straight up shoot talk, and it's true.
Yep.
So, if anything, Stephanie right now is probably kissing her ass more than anything, that she don't whoop her ass come fucking Sunday.
But here's the problem: is that I watched Raw last night, and Stephanie, I understand. Trust me, I've talked to you. I've talked to Joe Laurinaitis. Bob Backlund, etc. I get the backstage, whatever it takes to put the product out there. But when they make her look like less than versus Stephanie McMahon and building Stephanie to more than, when Ronda has a legitimate history in UFC of whooping ass, where Stephanie has a history of, I don't know, nothing.
Putting cash in her ass.
Exactly. How do you downplay this girl? And when I watched that last night, and I wanted to call you, Gary, last night and say, what the hell are they doing with her? Why are they downplaying her so much? But then I remember, Stephanie is the seed of Vince, and Vince makes it, everything's about, how awesome I am, etc. And I'm on the outside looking in. I've never been in a WWF or WWE locker room. I don't know why they continue to do this, but they're continuing to downplay Ronda Rousey and her actual accomplishments in real life. And I'm not saying that professional wrestling isn't physical. Of all people who've been on this show half a dozen times, know that we appreciate everything you guys do with your bodies. Why does Stephanie continue to downplay Ronda Rousey for what she is versus what she's about to be?
That's Stephanie's gimmick.
Listen, what's Stephanie McMahon? Except a princess with a silver spoon in her mouth.
Yep.
Basically, yes.
She always got what she wanted. Her daddy said you can't date wrestlers, but she did anyway, and ends up marrying one. Triple H was a mid-card guy who now is a boss. All they're trying to do is build them up as high as they could, Triple H and Stephanie, because, of course, they're going to do the job for Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey.
Amen.
I mean, for people that are going to sit home and say, I'm going to spend $60 on this pay-per-view to watch this, they need to make it look somewhat competitive, even though it's really there's no competitive at all there. That's why they had Stephanie put Ronda through a table, which looked weak as shit.
Oh, it looked terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to build her up. I mean, I'll give her props, Stephanie. She is getting in shape for this match. So she must have dropped about 10, 15 pounds. So I do see that she's been getting ready for it.
Well, that's easy. All you got to do is stop going to Burger King and drinking soda.
Yeah, but you got to remember something, though. If you're married to Triple H, there's a certain workout regimen that you do. And I've watched the videos prior to this particular angle.
You watch the videos that they post up there. Come on, man.
Look at Stephanie McMahon at 44 years old, which is not far from where we're at.
Right.
You and I. And she is stacked. Where you and I, you more so than I are stacked, but me with the.
But I don't access. I don't trainers.
Exactly.
I don't hit the gym every day. I don't have a personal trainer.
She does.
All I do is watch what I eat. Especially when you get older and you're in your time, you have to really watch what the fuck you eat.
You get a fucking free personal trainer, Planet Fitness. She has the top of the line athletic trainers at her disposal.
Not only that, she has the ability to grab all these meal things that whatever she needs.
She can afford.
If she's got to do like a tofu, if she got to do a tofu chicken lobster surprise, she can do that. Yeah. Can Mike do the tofu lobster chicken surprise? Maybe I could do the chicken part of it.
Not the lobster.
Not the lobster part of it. Come on.
I'm on a keto diet right now, and it's hard to afford the steak and salad every day.
Right, exactly.
Well, wait, from a wrestling angle standpoint, and I'm not taking away from what Stephanie does, because I've seen her pictorials in like Body and Fitness and all that bullshit.
Silver spoon. Even Pitbull says silver spoon in your mouth. It's there.
Look,
the money's there. It's there.
If my old man had bazillions of dollars, I might not be the pot-bellied global icon national treasure you see here today. You might not. But if I had the access to weights and this and that and the third and whatever.
Absolutely.
But then again, there's poor people that fashion weights out of cement and yada yada. I know Gary's chomping at the bit because I can hear him. I can feel it right now. He's like, oh, Chris, you're fucking wrong. So, Gary, tell me right now, is Stephanie's training regimen bullshit or is it?
Oh, I didn't say it was
real?
Bullshit.
No, I'm asking because you see what you see on TV.
I mean, she's got a personal trainer.
Yes, thank you.
Getting up, going to the gym on her own.
Right. Some motherfuckers calling that bitch. Get the fuck out of bed, you fat cow. You want to be in WrestleMania or not?
But I got to give her props because I did notice. I mean, especially last night, I did notice. I could see a difference. I mean, she has gotten ready, just like every other superstar does before WrestleMania.
Exactly.
They get ready for WrestleMania. You know, my 51-year-old ass ain't doing too bad either. I just got done wrestling Bobby Fulton in Columbus, Ohio, in a 37-minute dog collar 3 mayhem match. It was called. We did a dog collar match. We did a street fight, Tennessee street fight. Then we did an old school Texas stretcher match.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about. At 50 years old, that's not too shabby, man. Not too shabby.
And I got to give him props. Bobby Fulton still has it. I mean, that's no bullshit.
He was one of the Fantastics. He was one of the guys that in the 80s I looked at and I'm like, why isn't he bigger than he is? He should have been. He really should have been bigger than he was.
Well, I mean, they put the Rock and Roll Express in. I'm surprised they haven't put the Fantastics in, to be perfectly honest. Eventually.
Dude,
oh,
wait. You mentioned
Coco
the Hall of Fame.
Beware fucking made it.
Here we
right?
go.
This is fucking... Don't get me started on that crap.
Here we go.
Why you guys got to be fucking Coco Beware?
You know why, Eddie? I'm going to tell you why, because I'm going to bring it up now.
Grab me a gimmick first.
Pitbull. I'm going to grab you a gimmick in just a second. Gary, Hillbilly Jim, Hall of Fame worthy or bullshit? Your response.
Hillbilly Jim is Hall of Fame worthy.
Why? Oh my God!
Because of the gimmick, baby.
Jabroni just got an atomic slam.
Jabroni just got super bombed off the top rope. Why?
You got him. Hillbilly Jim was fucking over back in the day, and if you remember, he brought in his cousins and all that kind of crap.
For a 3-year period.
It's still he's still a Hall of Famer. I mean, come on.
What's the average?
They're still doing the redneck gimmick to this day.
The WWE product, okay, which goes after kids.
Yes.
Not WCW, where they're mid-age guys like
oh man, I spilled my drink.
You know what I mean? Who like to drink and get screwed up and go home and hate Flair and want to be Flair. Regardless. He made Vince McMahon a lot of money with kids.
Culture.
I mean,
I'm always saying the culture.
Yep.
Hillbilly Jim was good for the wrestling culture. Just like you said, the kids loved him.
He had a 2-year run.
What's the average lifespan?
He had
of a wrestler,
2 teeth too. Who the fuck cares?
Not every wrestler is like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. Like, what is the average lifespan of a popular wrestler?
I'm going to point over here to Loki because you and I did a Hall of Fame who should be in and who should not and all that gimmick.
And that was a great fucking episode.
But would you have put Hillbilly Jim in the Hall of Fame?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I would.
And there's look.
Why?
And there's we only had what five people that we could. There was 5.
5 and 5. 5 that should be in and 5 that.
If I had 10, Hillbilly would be in it.
Oh my God!
And like I said, the reason being is because even today, look at. I mean,
what about
Bray Wyatt
comedy
isn't doing
used to do on wrestling? It was hilarious.
Dude, Bray Wyatt is still a hillbilly.
Right.
Don't take away all the creepy bullshit he did. He's still a fucking
Jim.
right. Exactly.
I don't see Undertaker. I see
Hillbilly Jim.
I may
it's
have
still
to
a market.
It's
still a market that's out there, man.
And the thing with the pig, he had that pig. What was the pig's name?
I don't remember.
Was it Beatrice?
Was
it Beatrice?
It was something like that.
Hey, wasn't that great when fucking Triple H first signed with Vince? What did he do? A pig shit match.
Good call.
Yes, good fucking call, Pitbull. Yes.
I gotta look this up.
Great call.
Dude, good fucking call.
I mean, come on now. Now, if you're going to mention, like, you're not giving me different, like, if you gave me another person to compare to Hillbilly Jim, that'd be a different story.
What about Coco Beware? Is Coco Beware Hall of Fame material?
Hells no.
Dude, that's my bro.
Hells no.
There's a lot of guys that
can I say the reason why he's in the Hall of Fame?
Be there way before him.
Race card. Race card is the only reason why he made the Hall of Fame. Think about it. He was the only black superstar that year that went in, right? Right?
That year?
That year.
Yeah.
You needed it. You needed it. He was a race card. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry, man.
Jim should be in the Hall of Fame for one reason.
What do you think about? Let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you think the Dudleys should be in the first time that they're actually asked to be in the Hall of Fame?
First time, absolutely 1,000%.
First time.
Yes, but I will temper this with this. I will temper it with, if the Dudleys go in this year, and I'm not licking your ass, Gary, I think the Pitbulls at some point should go in. I'll say this because you guys, you and Anthony.
What are they going in as, though? Are they
They're
going in
as
as a tag?
Boys.
They're going in as a tag team,
Yes.
though, right? Right?
Yes.
No individuals bullshit.
No. They're going in as the Dudley Boys together.
The first time?
If you're going to bring the Dudley Boys into the Hall of Fame, you have to acknowledge where they got their entire gimmick from, which is from the Pitbulls in ECW. Now, I'm not licking Gary's ass. I can call Gary tomorrow and say, you know what, I think you weren't the greatest. Gary knows that. He's a friend. He understands that. Gary, would you agree?
Yeah, but I'm just... It's such politics in this business.
I agree, and that's where I'm going with that.
How good of a wrestler you are, it doesn't make a fucking difference. You got to remember, Devon works for the office now.
Exactly.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. There's many tag teams that should be in there before the Dudleys. Now, I'm not saying the Dudleys don't deserve to be in.
Yes.
I'm just saying. First ballot in? Come on now. I would say 2 years from now, yeah. But there's other tag teams around and events that should definitely be in way before that.
Let me ask you a question. Do the Dudley Boys deserve induction into the Hall of Fame before the Midnight Express?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. So the Rock and Roll go in last year. The Dudleys go in this year.
Which I still am like...
I'm not. I'm fully in agreement with the Rock and Roll going in.
Yeah, but half of them.
Why? Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton were the bomb.
No,
Pitbull worked with them. He knows.
Robert Gibson, yes.
Ricky, oh God, you're killing me.
Yeah,
I just kind of felt like he was coattails material, man.
Those buildings with bitches and rats. I don't know if you realize that.
I agree. I've heard the stories.
You know, so I mean, I'm just thinking of another tag team that would be more, that deserves more to be in the Hall of Fame than them. I mean, Bubba just retired.
Yep.
I
agree.
Retired. I mean, I would say 2-3 years down the road, absolutely they should be it. First ballot Hall of Famers. I don't agree with that. I mean, I don't think
correct me if I'm wrong.
The Pitbulls will ever get in the WWE Hall of Fame.
No, probably.
I don't think they'll ever happen.
I think you're probably right.
If they don't, it's a travesty.
No. I think he's right because they actually came out with another tag team champion or a tag team group called the Pitbulls.
They tried that with the WWE.
That's what I'm saying. That's how much
Jamie Noble.
That's how much they shit on the name. Is what I'm saying. Is they will shit on that name.
Go ahead, Gary.
And they called them Pitbulls.
Yes.
So I mean, regardless, I own the name Pitbulls, the Pitbulls. It doesn't make a difference. Regardless of that. They could have brought me in as a manager to manage them. They did put the titles on.
Oh, I know.
They did.
Oh, I know.
David Cash, which he's a friend of mine. I have no problem with that. Jamie Noble, I really don't know him that well. You know, I just know he likes to go to trailer parks and get stabbed a lot.
Jesus!
I'm going to pull the first devil's advocate of the 3-year anniversary.
Oh dear God, this is not good.
No, I'm just I'm just doing the research.
Go ahead.
I'm the producer. According
ahead.
to what I'm reading, Midnight Express didn't really hit that big in WWF.
Thank you.
No, they didn't. You know why? Because
Thank
the
you.
Midnight Express, the real Midnight Express, didn't go to the WWF.
Well,
Neither
they
did
were
the-
there in 1998.
But they got accepted
Oh,
into the
wait.
WWF Hall of
Hold
Fame.
on.
You guys got to understand something. Vince McMahon has bought. He bought WCW.
Right.
He
Right.
bought ECW.
Right.
He owns every single thing,
Right.
every millisecond
Right.
of those shows. So
Not
now
disagreeing.
they are combined into the WWE.
Wrong.
So what? They didn't wrestle for the WWE, but
Wrong.
they sold out Starkey. They sold
did,
out
No.
place you could think of in WCW. WWE was for kids. WCW, NWA was for more adults.
Right.
No, I
Right.
totally agree with me there. But
where Eddie's going is
I'm
that
reading-
the Midnight Express, and I'm gonna take you where you're going, is that Bob Holly and Bart Gunn. Tell me that's not the Midnight Express you're talking about. Because
No, it's not.
the
I'm looking
Midnight
at,
Express
I'm looking
of
at new Midnight Express.
oh, the new
That's
Midnight.
new.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
new. Yes,
it
that's
wasn't
new.
Dennis Condrey.
Right.
It wasn't Bobby Eaton. It wasn't Stan
Exactly.
Lane.
So
it
you
wasn't
can't,
the real
you can't
Midnight
put them in.
Express.
So, all right.
Bob
I get
Holly-
what you're saying.
Bob
Pitbull,
Holly,
I get
Bart
what you're
Gunn.
saying.
Yes.
We are saying that Vince bought
Dennis and
WCW.
Stan,
We're
or-
saying that Vince bought all these things. Now, we do not put you into the WWE Hall of Fame. What we do is we actually come up with a subdivision, a WCW, an
They should.
ECW Hall of Fame. No, you have to, because if they've never been in the fucking WWE, you cannot put them in the WWE Hall of Fame.
I can call
That's
bullshit
like
on.
turning
I
around
can
and
call
saying,
bullshit on
that's
that.
like turning around and letting
no,
you
hang on,
go into the Baseball Hall of Fame because you're the greatest Yankees fucking fan ever.
Hang
I
Come
can
on.
call bullshit,
Let
but
him-
It is bullshit.
Let him call bullshit, but I have a counter.
Thank you.
Doesn't have Hall of Fame. We came up with the hardcore Hall of Fame, which
Yes.
is out now. We were
Right,
inducted.
so
in
you reinstate it.
2014.
So you reinstate it. You cannot possibly put people in the WWE Hall of Fame if they were never A, big in the WWE,
Time out.
or B, part of the WWE. How can you say that they're part of it if they were never in it?
I'll get two words to you. Vern Gagne is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
Never wrestled a day in the WWF.
Which is why
Or
I'm
the
saying we need to
WWF.
fix this shit.
That's an argument. But here's the thing. This is going to sound stupid
Go ahead.
at first.
Go ahead.
Talking Toys R Us.
Sure.
Toys R Us used
Okay.
to have Toys R Us used to have these limited edition toys they would call KB Toy Classics.
Yes.
Right.
Because they bought the name.
The old AWA toys.
What
I
WWE,
remember that.
Yeah, what WWE needs to do is
Put another name.
NWO or WCW Classics and give these wrestlers the respect they deserve.
You know-
Exactly.
Because there are no corporate people left to give these guys their due.
You know, here's
So
a name.
He does
I
need
agree.
to give.
I agree.
I agree with that.
They need to have the title in which they were known for. You can't just throw them into a title and just expect people to fucking accept it.
Here's a
It's
name
not going to happen.
that didn't make his name in the WWF except for a small window. And Gary, I want to hear your thought on this. Larry Zbyszko, who made his name in the AWA, NWA, had a very small run in the WWF or WWWF at the time.
minuscule run.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Does that make more sense than putting someone like, I don't know, as I'm looking at it, Owen Hart?
Owen Hart should already have been there.
Amen.
Listen, Benoit should be there. There's so many guys that should be in the Hall ofAme that are not.
No, you shut up.
And that's
No.
That's the thing
Benoit should be in the WCW Hall of Fame.
No.
He should not be in the WWE Hall of Fame. No, he should not. He was handed everything in the WWE.
Say, okay, we're going to do the Jabroni Low Key Hall of Fame.
All right.
That's
then
cool.
we're going to do the Gary Wolfe Hall of Fame.
All right.
Except Benoit. Fucking murder.
NWA Hall of Fame. I mean, come on.
I'm gonna silence everybody, and I'm gonna say something that everybody who's ever listened to this show, including the guys that are sitting here in this room, and Gary, who you have been a guest on this show a half a dozen times, based on his in-ring work, Chris Benoit is a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
But I cannot ignore the weekend of 2007. However,
I say he's a WCW Hall of Famer and not a WWE Hall of Famer.
Allow me to finish. I know where you're going. In my heart of hearts, if you're just judging like O.J. Simpson on what you did on the playing field, Chris Benoit is a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
If you judge by personal life and etc. and schnibbitsfirm.com, if you go by all of that, Chris Benoit will never sniff the Hall of Fame because of the last weekend of his life.
Pete Rose will never see the Hall of Fame because of his personal life. So therefore, Chris Benoit will never see a Hall of Fame.
It was a one-weekend tragedy. I mean, who knows what we still...
One weekend tragedy?
No. Nobody knows what happened. Do you know exactly what happened? Were you fucking there?
No, we weren't.
None of us were.
But we do know a whole family died. We do know that he went out and got his hair cut.
Don't kill it.
We're not. We do know that he went out and got his hair cut. We do know he went out and had fucking lunch and came back and did the same thing. Dude, his move was the flying headbutt. He literally put his skull onto somebody else's skull for a living. And to say that he walked away not having any brain cells left would be a travesty.
Oh, he had major brain damage.
Oh, fuck yeah. So can you sit there and tell me, honestly, man to man, bro, man to man, that much brain damage, could you do what he did? Not you personally, but having that much brain damage, do you think that maybe you could have done what he did and continued throughout the whole day just thinking that it was an everyday fucking occurrence? Because let's talk about, I don't know, Junior Seau. He was the same way, man.
Bringing up brain damages.
The same thing. It's a concussion. It's a concussion any way you slice it.
Bombs in Iraq and all these wars that we've had give you a different kind of brain damage than a regular concussion does.
Yeah, but
because those waves of bombs go through your skull and out of your skull and damage your brain.
Okay, so Junior Seau wears a helmet and he goes helmet to helmet with people all the time. And Chris Benoit dives off of a top rope and literally drives his head, and he is one of the guys that sold that move more so than anybody else, to the point where he would drive his fucking head into the goddamn mat. So yeah, is there much difference between a helmet to helmet contact and a helmet to mat contact?
Wrestlers don't wear helmets.
I know you don't, but what I'm saying is there's still head to inanimate, immovable object contact going on there. Junior Seau and Chris Benoit had the same type of concussion. Traumatic brain injury from constantly bashing your head against something.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, Chris has hit me with that headbutt from the top rope, and he nailed my shoulder so hard, I don't know how he wasn't knocked the fuck out.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, wasn't there also, wasn't he using some kind of steroid or something when they found him? Or
no real
all
evidence.
I'm saying is the guy
real evidence.
The guy sold his move more than anybody else. You sit there, like, if you watch Rob Van Dam do his 5 quote unquote 5-star frog press, blah blah blah, he will tuck and put his elbows and his knees on the ground before he makes that impact. He is selling the move only as far as you will watch it. Chris Benoit literally sold that move from the moment he went off the top ropes to the moment his head either hit your head or in Pitbull's case, his shoulder,
right.
or in Hulk Hogan's case, because you don't hit Hulk Hogan, the mat, you don't hit the mat, you know what I'm saying? Or in The Rock, you hit the mat. You see where I'm going with this? He sold this shit more than anybody else. I loved Chris Benoit. I was the biggest Wolverine fucking fanatic out there. Trust me when I say this. What he did to his fucking family was a fucking travesty. But I am going to tell you till I'm blue in the face, that was not him. That was a fucking person who was so fucking gone with brain damage, and nobody wanted to step in and help that motherfucker. Nobody.
Listen, nowadays, you go into a Vince McMahon locker room, okay? You got doctors, you got therapists, you got physical trainers, you got, you name it, they're there. When we were there, they had no doctors.
Because there was no cameras back there, bro. They didn't give a fuck about you guys. They had no cameras back there. There was no liability. There was nothing.
Funny story.
Nowadays, you have all these fucking sub-fucking shows, all these behind-the-scenes shows. They have fucking cameras hidden on cameras. So they have to actually have all these doctors back there.
Funny story.
They have to cover each other's asses.
Funny story. I'm at November to Remember 1997 at the I don't even know the name of the arena. It's in Monaca, Pennsylvania. Gary, you were there, correct?
Yes.
And after the show, we're outside and we're doing our gimmick and we're trying to meet the wrestlers. And there was Bam Bam Bigelow, and there was Shane Douglas, and there was Tommy Rogers, and all these guys. And there were certain guys that just ignored us, and they were hand on the back of their head. They're like, no, I don't want to sign your gimmick. I don't want to sign this. I don't want to sign that. Now, at 45 years old, I get it. But then, you talk about 20 years ago, 20-some years ago, I didn't get it. I was like, oh, that guy's an asshole. Bubba Ray Dudley was not in. He didn't take a lot of the hard bumps. He didn't take a lot of the hard slams that, fast forward to Danbury some years after that, where New Jack fell off the scaffold with Vic Grimes and busted his head. I was there for that, and I wouldn't have asked him for an autograph, but these guys in ECW put their bodies on the line with such reckless abandon that if you ask them, hey, can I have an autograph? And they said no, I got it. You know why? Because they took chairs and barbed wire and all that bullshit. I get it. And Gary gets it too, because he was a part of it. And
just so you know, Vic Grimes didn't want to get off that fucking scaffold. New Jack threw him.
There's so much. I was there for that. I was like 17 feet from that scaffold in my seat, and oh my God, it was disgusting to watch.
The last second, Vic's like, no fucking way. And New Jack's like, well, I don't know what to tell you, brother, but
it's time to go.
It's time to go. It's time to go. And that's all there is to it.
But the fact
you got to remember, back then wrestling was different. It was the hardcore era. It was the attitude era for Vince. We made Vince have to do the attitude era. After the one night stand, everything changed, and you know it as well as I do.
But you know as well as I do that pay-per-view from Danbury was 5 years before WWE really took off, and I know that in the 90s WWE took off, and I know that in the 90s WWE set the standards, but they borrowed. I say that with a wink and a nod. They borrowed a lot from ECW. So in 2000, when I'm sitting there in Danbury and Vic Grimes and New Jack are falling off a scaffold, that really isn't what the Attitude Era was all about. And New Jack suffered a lot of great pain, and he talks about it. He had fluid coming out of his nose. He can't see out of one eye. And I don't know New Jack from tomorrow. I don't know New Jack at all. But to listen to what he went through, and I saw that fall. I was there. I was 25 feet from him when that happened. And the first thing I thought was, oh shit, he's dead.
No mats, concrete.
Mm-hmm. From that position, in that arena in Danbury, Connecticut, there was no mats. But I get that. Going to Mike's point is that Benoit has gone, I don't know how many years, 20 years, 25 years, etc., going unprotected, head first, etc., so forth. I watched a documentary recently about a boxer who, when he died, they donated his brain, and it was like his brain was just a gray mush. When we cut the skull open, it was like toothpaste coming out. Do you think that maybe the concussions affected Benoit so much that he wasn't, how do I put this, and I don't want to be politically correct, but at the same time, I don't want to be snowflakery. Do you think that maybe his brain was just too much? Go ahead.
Snowflakery? What the fuck?
Listen, his brain
what the fuck
was...
does snowflakery mean?
His brain was destroyed.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I mean, what the fuck are...
down here in the United States. You didn't see what he did in Japan. You know, most people didn't. You know, I was there. I used to tour with him and Owen, Jericho, all them guys. You know what I mean? So, you know, if it wasn't for the kid from Harvard that ended up working for Vince and bringing it to everybody's attention, you know, it's possible that maybe what happened to Benoit and the family might not have happened if they were on it a lot quicker and a lot sooner. I mean, look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look at Mike Webster.
Oh,
look at these guys that killed themselves. How many Pittsburgh Steelers back in the day killed themselves? I mean, out of football teams, I mean, these guys were the hardest hitting football team out there at that time. And they're dying left and right with 4 Super Bowl rings.
Justin,
you know, living in a car.
Justin Strauchek.
Burning their hands and burning themselves because their brains they had no control over their brain.
Justin Strauchek comes to mind.
You know, the same thing as wrestlers. You know, you're hitting your head, and all our skull is a helmet for our brain. Our brain still is floating in fluid, and it bounces off back and forth on a skull. It's going to cause damage. Eventually, it's going to happen. I mean, I'm not lying. I see problems now coming my way, and it's going to, after 30 years of wrestling, it's going to happen. It doesn't make it different.
Hardest part of the body, inside and out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Last question before we let you go, Gary. How does Candy feel, your beautiful woman, about all the damage you've taken over the years?
She don't like it, and I don't blame her, and I'm just not feeling bad because I don't like putting her through it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, she didn't deserve it, but that was my choice, but there's no getting better from it now. There's no going back and changing things now. Everything that we've done, we've done. You can't go back and change it. You know, so you have to learn to live with it and just, you know, I mean, they've taken my driver's license away from me.
What?
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, people don't get it, you know, because I could have a seizure at any time. Here, who knows? If I don't take my medication, I can have a seizure. You know, if I take my medication, I'm good. I don't get a seizure. But there's guys out there that can't, even if they're on medication, they get seizures. You know, and they take their driver's license away from them. This is the shit that happens. Yep. People have no idea what we go through. You know, the little things add up to be very big things. All I can say is, like I've always said before, if you think you can do it, try it. Get in the ring and try it. Nobody will even touch you. And I'm not trying to tell you that it happened to me. I was in the ring. I bumped before a Monday night show in Wildwood, New Jersey in 1986, 87. And I got out of that ring and said I was crippled for 2 weeks and said I would never fucking do that. But what did I do? I ended up joining the Monster Factory and becoming a wrestler.
And we're glad you did because, look, I've told you before that Pitbulls are like in my top 5.
And that's the truth, because you look at it differently than other people. People are like, oh, well, this tag team's great, that tag team's great. Okay, how are you deciding that? Are you watching them work together? Are you seeing that one tag partner knows exactly what the other tag partner is thinking? Yeah, that's a tag team. You just can't put two people together and make them a huge tag team. The Dudleys were together for over 15, 16 years plus. So they know what's going on. And look how many Dudleys they went through before they found the right
look.
Bingo.
Going with what you're saying, one of the biggest tag teams out there, just thrown together, and as you said, thrown together, the Outsiders, Hall and Nash, right? They come from WWF to WCW. They throw them together, and they are trash. They are trash for 3 years. It's not until about their, about third year that they're actually becoming a really good tag team. And just like you said, watch them work. Watch how they work together. They don't work well together. In the beginning of their career, they don't work well together. Edge and Christian work very well together. Why? Because they were together for a long fucking time. The Hart Foundation, Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart worked very well together, but when they were first thrown together, they weren't a good tag team. Tag teams, in my opinion, is just like you said. When that one guy is down and out, when he has nothing left, your partner comes in and picks it up for you. And not only does he pick it up for you, he's there throwing up, all right, here comes that special out of nowhere. You guys are down in the dumps. It's been fucking 45 minutes into the match. Everything's going, and you guys are going by pure instinct now. Where's your partner at? And this is exactly what makes a tag team partner. And this is what people don't get when we say tag team wrestling is a different breed of wrestling. It's not just individual. You're not just looking out for yourself. You're not looking over your shoulder. You're constantly looking out for your partner. And the Pitbulls were one of those groups. The Killer Bees, they were another one of those groups.
British Bulldogs are my favorite.
The British Bulldogs. The Steiners.
Answer this question. Why is it Dynamite Kid in the Hall of Fame?
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Why is it
I agree.
Davey Boy Smith in the Hall of Fame?
Because it doesn't work for them. It doesn't work for their grand scheme of things. And that's what pisses me off about this. That's what pisses me off about just having a WWF Hall of Fame.
What did I say
or a
in our
WWE
discussion?
Hall of Fame.
What
My
I say
apologies.
Before there was a Shawn Michaels, there was a Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I made a bold statement.
You did.
But there is only one show.
Dynamite Kid is like Tiger Mask. One of the best fucking workers in the business ever.
Amen.
Worker, yes.
Okay? I've worked the British Bulldogs. I've worked the Guerrero brothers. Eddie Guerrero's dad and Rey Mysterio's dad. Unbelievable tag team. How are they not in the Hall of Fame?
Why is Eddie only, but not Chavo Sr. or Gory or etc.? Mondo.
Because Eddie died. Because Eddie, let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's because Eddie died, and that's why they threw him in the Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
You're only as popular as your last thing unless you die.
You know what's unfortunate? No, go back to that. Think of what you just said.
Yeah. No, I know what I just said, and it's the fucking truth.
I agree with that, but Owen Hart, the year after, and I know they really started doing this Hall of Fame gimmick in 2004 with Morocco and Santana and all these guys who definitely deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, but at the same time, where was Owen Hart? Where? It had everything to do with the lawsuit, but had nothing to do with,
because they were
here's
still
a guy
stuck
who
up on that
actually
lawsuit,
deserves to be.
Yeah.
Look, if Owen had gone 5 more years, Hall of Famer. Why did it take Rick Rude?
Dude,
seriously,
if Owen would have went
years?
5 more years, you're looking at a whole other wrestling organization.
Agreed.
Are you on like
world champion?
Oh,
world champion.
Beyond that, he's like the next Hulk Hogan, dude. He's the name.
Have you seen his kid?
Name. He's the name.
Have you seen his kid?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Rick Rude's kid?
No, Owen's kid. Have you seen the posts that he does on Instagram or Twitter or whatever? Oj is the epitome of what Owen Hart would be today.
Absolutely. I was just with Brian Pillman's son.
Oh my God. That kid is amazing, and he looks just like his dad.
They need.
Dude, I walked up to him and I looked at him and his dad used to be at my house.
Go ahead.
We lost him.
All right, we lost Gary. As I'm coughing, we're gonna wrap it up in just a minute. Let's get Gary back real quick. I would love to hear if I can get my phone to work as I'm dying. Jesus. Holy mother of God. I've never done this on the show. This is crazy. There we go. Let's get Gary back.
Yo.
Okay, we lost you for a second, Gary. You were talking about Brian Pillman, his son.
Okay, I met Brian Pillman in Ohio. Okay, his son. Okay, now Brian used to be at my house every weekend when he was in ECW, before he went to Vince and all that. So, I mean, he was there, and I said, because I know what's going on, every single person is putting their 2 cents in his head and telling him what to do, where to go, and I could see the confusion on the kid's face. And I told him straight up. I said, listen, I knew your dad. He was a good friend of mine. I loved him. He was the man. Okay? I said, you have your father's blood, talent, and heart. Use what he gave you and do what you need to do. You don't have to listen to all these people. You make your own decision.
Yeah.
You know, and I left it at that, shook his hand and said, it was a pleasure to meet you. And I'm hoping that you could do what your father had done. And I left it at that.
That's fantastic. That's amazing. For that kid who, based on the pictures I've seen, I've never actually seen him work because we're here in the Northeast. He doesn't come this way. Wow. Brian Pillman, I don't know if he's going by Brian Pillman Jr. or Brian Pillman II or just Brian Pillman. Because that's
I think he's going as Brian Pillman Jr., I think.
Okay. He could go out there because his name is Brian Pillman and do great things, but everybody's going to look at him as, well, you're the son of, there are certain guys that eclipse their father. Randy Orton, we can actually say, has eclipsed their father. Would you agree?
I would say beyond that, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay. There are certain guys that have eclipsed their father, but then there are other guys that cannot even match up.
David Flair.
Ted DiBiase Jr. There are certain guys that can't live up to that expectation, but I did my research. I've gone online. I've gone to YouTube. Curtis Axel.
No, he's not.
They won't give Axel a chance.
I think that's more booking than talent.
He had a chance, man. They kind of gave him that streak, and it didn't work out for him.
I think that's more booking. Gary, I'm going to throw this to you. Is that more booking or is that more talent?
It's booking.
Thank you.
You're doing what they tell you to do.
All right. Gary,
back, you got to remember, back in the day, guys, we had a little bit more control than these guys do have now.
Yeah.
Have now. You know what I mean? We had a lot more control over what we were doing compared to what these guys are doing today.
All right.
You know, they're going by a very strict fucking script, and you got to be on. You know, when back in the day, you know, they'd give us, okay, there's 4 highlights, now you add the rest of it. You know, and that's what we did. We used our talent and skill to add to the booking. Where today, the business changed. You know, after soap opera stopped, you know, all them guys that were writers had no jobs. And where do you think they went? To WWE.
Right.
Which is crazy, but it's true.
Oh, it's very true.
Real quick, thank you so much for being a very big part of our show for the last 3 years. Every time we call on you, you are just there. You're the balls. You're the taint. You're that entire region. You are everything we want for this show, and you never cease to amaze us. Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I need to plug one thing. May 26th, Circleville, Ohio. The first convention ever in Ohio, wrestling, is going to be there. I will be facing Shane Douglas again.
Whoa!
What? Nice. Hey, send me some tickets. Come on, send me some tickets. I'll go. I'll fucking record that whole shit.
At the very
tickets.
Check out right now, if you guys are available, check out Twitch TV, and you can see the last show from end of March when I wrestled Bobby Fulton.
Yes.
And you can see it. Considering my age, it will blow your mind.
At the very
we house down.
I'll tell you what, man. We got your back. We got your back. We believe in you.
Absolutely.
We love you. You are our fucking man, dude. You are our insider information.
Taskmaster and Stan the Man, Stan Hansen was there.
Oh.
I'm gonna go check that out as soon as I get home, bro.
At the very least, tell Shane Douglas, who we have met here in Connecticut. He wanted to do the show, but there was something going on. He's like, "Oh, I can't do it at this point."
He's starting his own thing.
Yeah,
his own media thing.
Tell him this is the show to do. That's all I ask.
As I punch him in the face,
yes,
tell him,
yes,
this is the show you need to do.
Yes.
I love it.
With the working punch, you say, "Do the Loki and Jabroni show."
No.
Working
You say
punch,
sit back, man up, and plug in, man up. Whatever.
And real quick, are you going to break his neck?
I'm going to fucking try.
Thank you, Gary. I love that answer. You are the best. Thank you for being a part of our 3rd anniversary episode.
No problem, guys. Have a good night, and everybody out there, enjoy WrestleMania.
All right, we're going to try. Thank you so much.
Later.
All right. I know we're pressed for time, but wow, we got Gary Wolfe, we got Bill Starkey, we got Jimmie Whisman. What a fantastic fucking episode, but now it comes a time. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Now comes a time where I look at Eddie and I say, Eddie? No, don't shake your head. Horseshit. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
And we're back.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, wow. You all did the Jimmie Whisman bit. That's good. Yay!
Woo! All right. So, in case you all forgot, we have a fucking author about our mists.
Yes,
we really do. Right here.
He wrote 2
in
books.
our very own mist. Yes, that's right, people.
And 3/4 of the other one.
He's getting ready to come on here and get you another one. But our very own Mr. Eddie Fuckus has...
Say it again.
Eddie Fuckus?
What?
He's got some books
That's
out there.
Fuckus as in your mom.
No, not even
So he's
close.
got some great books out there. But not only that, he's been wanting to do these for a long time. So
Right.
I don't want to shoot people down. Look, if you guys want to write some books,
I swear to God, if this is the top 10 things wrong with my book, I'll fucking kill you.
it's not. It's not.
I figured by now
I'm
you're.
done. I can't even.
I figured by now you're past chapter 3.
You know what? No, stop.
It's been out 3 years. Been up past.
I'm at chapter 5. Thank you very much.
Last week,
Thank
we
you
put
very
the
much.
picture up as the last time Loki could actually silence me. That was the second time.
There's-
I'm just going to go over here.
This is 2 weeks in a row. It's 2 weeks in a row, by the way.
Wow.
So I have to say
it's
this.
horse shit. It's wait. Horse shit.
I'm killing myself right now.
You are.
should.
You are.
You should kill yourself
If
right
you
now.
guys have not had a chance, please go out there and order my boys' books. Just get that shit.
www.eddiejakes.com.
Hell,
There you go.
you can get that shit on the Amazon fucking
Kindle Unlimited.
Kindle's
you can
like-
read them on free.
It's free. It's free now.
Well, Kindle Unlimited costs money.
Hey, real quick.
Right, but exactly.
My book is free if you have Kindle.
If
Unlimited.
you have Kindle Unlimited, which is like I think it's like what $50 a year,
give or take.
more than that, yeah, but
maybe $100.
Yada. Same.
About $100.
but
a year.
here's the thing: there's like over 500,000 books you can
Yeah,
read.
and that's
you read
great.
a lot,
And guys, seriously, look.
and we get
Don't look
money.
right, I was
We
gonna
get
say,
money if you subscribe. To it.
Don't look at it this way. Look, I'm not a big reader. I've never been. It's just me. It's just me. But
For people like Loki, there's also Audible.
there is. But we cannot stress the fact that the books have to keep coming, people. Like, seriously.
Right.
Imagination has to keep streaming. Please don't stop it. Just because douchebags like me aren't reading books doesn't mean that people out there aren't reading books, because they are. Trust me.
In your defense, you're a busy motherfucker.
No, but I'm just saying. I could. I could read more. I could. And let me just say this. We have to read more. We do. And that being said, this is my top 10 list of the shortest books ever written.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't wait to hear this.
Number.
Am I on this list?
No, you're not. See? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear this bullshit. Number 10, Detroit, a travel guide.
Oh. All right, then.
Number 9, Dr. Kevorkian's, a collection of motivational speeches.
Oh, Jesus.
Because, come on. If you're putting people's lives to an end,
I can't.
you need motivational speeches.
I can't.
Number 8, everything men know about women. It's like
Shortest
it's 2 pages.
book?
It's like 2 pages.
No. It's like a page. 1 page. It's like they have boobs. It's over.
Number 7, everything women know about men. It is. It's like 3 pages.
I'm going to hit this again. I'm going to say horse shit.
If there was a book about things women think they know about men, it'd probably be like 20 volumes.
It would.
Bingo.
It would be. Number 6, All the Men I've Loved Before by Ellen DeGeneres.
I got nothing.
Come on, it's the shortest books.
I got
books,
nothing.
man.
I got nothing.
Mike Tyson's Guide to Dating.
I'm looking over here to... Wow.
That's number 5.
Okay.
Come on.
No, I was looking over here to Kevin
Punch
Harvick.
bitch in the face. Pay your tab. Fuck the bitch.
You mentioned Ellen DeGeneres. I was looking over here to Kevin Harvick. Over here in the portion of the studio, which is the C&J Speedway review. And I'm like, Kevin, what do you got? And he's like, I got nothing.
This one might slip by you. Number 4, The Spotted Owl Recipes by the Sierra Club.
Wow. All right, then. See, this is why we do what we do.
You thought about this.
I did think about
Yes,
this
you
one.
did.
I did think about this
when you
one.
should have been reading my book.
I'm sorry. Number 3, The Amish Phone Directory.
Say again. I didn't get number 3.
The Amish phone directory.
Yikes.
Come on.
All right. No, I get it. I'm with you.
Number 2. My Plan to Find the Real Killers by O.J. Simpson.
Oh, my God. Seriously?
It's like one page, dude. It's me. That's all it says. Is
Seriously,
me.
it's
I
me.
swear to God.
It's me.
He's been out how long? Hasn't made any progress.
Number 1. This is the shortest book ever written. My Book of Morals by Bill Clinton.
Wow.
Now, you guys understand that Bill Clinton literally, got Monica Lewinsky off with a goddamn cigar. Right? You guys realize this, right?
Oh, I see. I thought you were going
No. This is that's his morale. That's his morals. That's his morals. That's Bill Clinton's morals right there.
I tell you what,
not only did he get her off with that cigar, he lit it right afterwards.
Yeah, boy.
Just in response to your top 10, which is classic, by the way.
It was good. That was really good.
Thank you.
That was fucking fantastic.
I just want to mention a real book that has 5 stars.
Oh, Jesus.
On Amazon, there's 2,832 customer reviews. It's got 5 stars.
The views expressed by Eddie Jakes. Oh, God.
No, it's a real book. It's a real book.
Focus.
It's called Reasons to Vote for Democrats, a Comprehensive Guide.
I quit!
By Michael J. Knowles. It has 5 stars. Dude, no. Grab the mic. You'll love this. This is a real book.
All right, Eddie has made me bring the mic back. If you're... See? And Lemmy is not cooperating. Go ahead.
Keep in mind, this is 5 stars. There's 89% 5-star reviews, 4.8 out of 5 stars. It's 256 blank pages that you can buy on Amazon.
Are you serious? That's awesome.
It went to number 7 in politics.
And people bought that shit.
They bought it.
And see, that's the problem. That's the thing that we try to bring to you every single fucking week. And you still
wait, we could do a podcast with just dead air for 90 minutes?
And people would still buy it.
If you called it something, reasons to whatever, I mean...
Enjoy the silence.
Horseshit. Let me go to his phone.
Anti-horseshit. I love this book.
If you go to Amazon and buy this book, first of all, go to locanjoy.com, click on our Amazon link, and buy the book. First of all, if you buy this book, you're a fucking retard.
No, you're smart.
And you buy 200 pages of blank pages?
256.
Sorry.
256.
I'm sorry.
Dude, it's a 5-star book.
That's awesome.
By all definitions.
That's awesome.
By all definitions, it's a New York Times bestseller.
I was going to say, it's a New York Times bestseller. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Number 7 in political parties. It's number 9 in political and number 28 in parodies.
Oh, my God. And you people are buying... Wait.
No.
You people are buying this?
Hold on. Number 28 in parodies, but number 7...
in political.
Think about that. Think about that.
That shows exactly what we've been saying for 3 years, is that you people are sheep. Wake the fuck up.
Shit.
Well, here's the thing. In defense, what you're saying, Michael J. Knowles is a political pundit. He does work for Daily Wire. And this does support him.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a great gag gift for left-leaning people.
I'm going to do it. Here it comes. Here it comes.
You know what? Just going to do that.
Wake
I'm
up.
Gonna buy this book.
I will. How much is it?
And I'm going to read it live.
What? 256 blank pages you're going to read?
Yes. And don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me if you disagree with any of it.
Because then I'd be racist, homophobic, bigot, etc. Schnabitzfernum.
I just gave you guys a sneak preview of the first 5 pages.
No, actually, that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. You can look inside.
And people call us misinformed, but we're the informed.
Okay, all right. Actually, it's funny. It's got chapter numbers.
Oh, my God.
Chapter 1, economics, blank.
Oh my God.
No, it does have chapter number. Chapter 2, foreign policy, blank.
Oh my God.
Oh God, but no, dude, your top 10 made me think of it. It's fucking awesome.
Are you shitting me? Are you really gonna tell me there's a book out there with blank pages that people are going to buy.
Yes.
It sells more than my book.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it just shows
it
tells you something.
Here's where I pay the bill.
How many people actually bought that book and thought that there was actually information in it?
Like fucking thousands, obviously.
The 7% that gave it a 1 star. Honestly, but everybody else.
That was good. I wasn't expecting that. That was good.
Oh, but here, oh God, no. You know what? Fuck paying the bills. We don't have time. I'm reading some of these reviews.
Okay.
This is a 1-star review. Too complex for me. As a liberal, this book was way too hard for me to understand. Everything was way too complex and in depth. I prefer a smaller book with larger print.
All right, wait.
No, that's somebody fucking with you.
I know, it's awesome. But here's 1 star. Don't buy this book. It's filled with blank pages. Nothing comprehensive. Yeah, no, you got trolled,
right?
Trolled.
You bought into the bullshit from the left and the right.
Here's someone too. This book is a bunch of empty pages. Just offers chapter titles. Now this guy tries to rationalize the fact he's a dumb shit. He should have written a very short opinion piece for the New York Times and offered $1 foldout. This is exploitive. This is exploitive, and the reasons why people are sick of politics. Get your message out. Don't swindle the people.
Wait.
No, let me finish the review.
Horse shit.
Don't play games.
Okay.
Make a case based on reason and ethics, not games. This book is empty. Just offers chapter titles. It serves as a journal. Unfortunately, it's very expensive paperback journal sold under false pretense. It's not expensive.
No,
it's $7.66.
Oh my God! First of all, let me clarify something for you guys.
I can't take this shit.
Let me clarify something for you guys.
Oh, here's a great review.
Oh, go!
This one's perfect. What? No Kindle version?
Oh my God! Here's something that you sheep need to know. If the left or the right doesn't write it, you're not interested. Having said that, earlier today, there was a conversation regarding the YouTube shooting, yada yada snippets for him, and I lost my hole and I said, "Where's David Hogg? He should be there," etc. You do what you do to satisfy your opinion. If you are not willing to open the conversation, you are a sheep-pot. Now, when I say that in regard to the young folk who are, 23 and younger, and I say that to the old folk who are, 58 and older, who seem to think that only their opinion is right. But what we collectively, myself, Loki, Focus, have been saying is 1,000% truth. We are not a part of this happy-go-lucky, everybody's a winner, you lose in 16th place, but you still get a trophy, yada yada sis boom ba. We are not a part of that social bullshit. Having said that, I raise my child and my stepchild to believe that respect comes first. I know that Loki raises his kids to believe that respect comes first. Now, if you do not believe that that is your child, that, oh my God, if little Susie colors a picture with her crayons and it's like this massive maw of purple and green and black and bullshit, that it's okay, you're part of the problem. Having said that, my partner's back. When it comes down to it, the fate of the world comes down to the parents who raise the children to be the future of America. If you're raising your child to be okay with being 16th place, you're a fucking loser. If you are like this man to my right, or like myself, who raised your kids to believe that what they work for is what they earn,
you better work, bitch.
You are a part of the solution. Having said that, 3 years, next week, we're going to have some fun. Thank you to Gary Wolfe. Thank you to Bill Starkey. Big thanks to Jimmie Whisman. We had some fun with him. Loki, walk us out.
All right, guys, make sure you are joining us on that. Oh, my God, he's like a white boy on a mission right now.
He's killing it.
Trees. He is all over that. Patreon, love us. Go to that fucking website, lokiandjabroni.com. Please make sure you order as much as you can from there. I mean, Amazon's killing that shit, guys. If you're ordering shit from Amazon, and which, by the way, can I just say that Eddie Focus's fucking woman's killing shit on fucking Amazon.
Yes.
Killing shit on Amazon. So, like,
Miss Amy's
now look,
crazy discount
right.
gimmick schnabbits.
Now, her discounts ain't going to go to Loki and Jabroni show, so don't be going like, oh, I went to her fucking shit. It don't work for us, people, okay? That's hers.
That's literally her shit.
No, it is. It's her shit. It literally is her shit. Go to our site. Order your shit from Amazon on our site. I'm just saying. It's out there. It's available. Do it.
I just want to say,
we'll see you guys next week and WrestleMania.
Hopefully we'll have a venue, but if we don't, we'll be upstairs in my living room. And we'll give away the gimmicks that I have based on trivia from my living room. Love you guys. Thank you for 3 years. Thank you for 3 years.
Absolutely.
And thank you for 3 years. Thank all of us. Really? You want to go that route? All right. Thank you. 3 years.
29th of this month. It's going to be the greatest story ever not written.
And in May, we have the most fantastic guest ever is coming in, and you guys don't have any fucking clue.
Nope. All I know is April 29th. The story of stories.
Good night.